You have reached a non-working number.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host pin, finished, press the pound key. Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, please listen. The show will go live in
3. All right. All right, how are we? How are we? A little dark here, Tim Black. Let's brighten up just a little bit. What is going on, Johnsons? What is the happenings, Johnsons? What's going on? What is happening? Oh, just a little bit crazy. Oh, yeah, I said I work. They said I have to work, that I have to do it. All right, there we go. Good enough. What's going on? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. What's going on? How you feeling? Are you ready? Can we do this? We can do this, Johnson. Let me put the phone number up on here because it's call-in night on the Tim Black Show. That's right. People pick up an actual phone in this joint. Some people point and click, Tim. They use their desktops and they talk via Google Voice or some other way. The point is, voices come onto the show. What is that? Let me make sure YouTube is in a place. YouTube in the house. That looks crazy. YouTube's in the house. Let's see here. Bam. There we go. YouTube's in the place. What's up, Wolfpack? Wolfpack in the house. We got any Facebook in the house? Let me make sure we got Facebook in the house. Boom. Yes, today is Freedom Friday. Phone number's down here, 39256 something 6212. It's crazy. Okay. 527. 319-527-6212. And people call into it. I think we're good to go. Oh, man. Well, man, I'm so glad to be back here home. I'm glad to be Friday. It adds normalcy to my crazy life. And I don't know if you noticed or not. Today's my birthday. Oh, yeah, today is my birthday, Johnson. So that happened. Oh, what a wonderful birthday it's been. What a wonderful birthday. Oh, man. There it is. There it is, Johnson. There it is. Yeah. So, I got a couple of news items, then we're going to go to phone calls. I'm sure we'll have a plethora of phone calls tonight because that's what we do on this show. People have stuff to talk about, and they got shit to rant about. They got shit to complain about. They got shit to promote. Things that are happening that matter to them. And they want people to know about it, and they think it's important. So I like that. That's good. That's good stuff. Give it up for that. Yeah. Kind of hard to ignore the elephant in the room, though. Yeah, the elephant's butt cheeks are just everywhere. Taking up all the damn space. I can't even breathe. Can't breathe. And that's how independent media has been for me for a while. It's like, I can't breathe in this space, man. There's stuff going on. It's got to navigate all of it. It's whack, man. So, I don't know, man. I had to come up with a term for it that made it the way that it is. I'm calling it the Jimmy Dorification of the left. Boom. Blood and bodies are everywhere. Limbs are strewn across the field. It's whack, Johnson. This shit went bad quick, man. People acting like, it's just regular. It's like, it's dorified. The doorknobs have dorified. Everybody's either kissing up to the guy or ignoring the elephant in the room, just walking by the elephant like, excuse me. So, guys, I had the gall to call out some things I thought were wrong. I called out some things I didn't agree with, called out, which everybody with a microphone has the ability to complain about shit or make a claim or point at an issue that they think is relevant. So that's what we do, man. When you got a platform, you're able to do that. If you were a blogger, you'd probably write a blog about it. If you, an artist, you might draw a picture, something of that nature. So this is my picture right here. This is my masterpiece. This is my tool. My artistic tool is this here microphone, and I said some things. So we've already covered all that stuff. It's all in there. One thing we're going to do now is like, I'm going to use my tool, but I'm just not going to respond to people. Because when there are like 20 videos made about you, and I respond like 3 times, people go, "Good, Jason, what are you doing responding? We're tired of hearing you complain." There's like 25 videos out there about me. And in a regular back and forth situation, people respond all the time. People want you to respond. They say something, you say something. I've been in this doing media content for years, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I won't want to say respectful, but for some new channels, it's considered very nice for bigger channels or for more popular commentators or whatever to actually respond to your criticism. It doesn't have to be positive. Just a response and acknowledgement is a form of respect. But not nowadays. No, nowadays, it's an attack. So, it's crazy, guys. But all I can say is, it's my birthday, and I'm happy, to have one of those things, have another one of those. I mean, no one likes getting older, but it beats the alternative. Yeah. It beats the alternative. And you never know when you're seeing your last one. Like, all you get is your dash, and you never know when that dash ends. And the way this thing's going, man, the way my hip-hop heroes, people from my era are going unexpectedly, there really is no way to take anything for granted. So I don't want to take anything for granted, Johnson. I want to thank all of the Tim Black Wolf Pack for all your support. I want to thank all the viewers over the years who have supported this channel, who have offered a kind word or supported it in a way financially or by giving services or support in some way. The people that made the Tim Black Wolf Pack Wolf That Changes, that was user donated. Different things. We got a young guy by the name of Big K who wrote a rap for us for our new pause show, which was using the other background. We're going to get back to that next week. So we got a lot of great people who do a lot of great things. This set that you're watching was donated by a graphic artist who loved the show. So we're very community-based. And when people don't, I know they don't care, but when you bash our show in certain ways, you're bashing our community. And being as the front man for our community, sometimes I will respond. But what we won't do now is more than likely we won't respond to any more stuff. We're going to get back to the business at hand. It doesn't mean I won't talk my shit. I will talk my shit, but I don't think it won't be necessary. If people have bad things to say, well, that's just nice. Yeah, like Tucker Carlson doesn't respond when people talk about Tucker Carlson, you know? And Don Lemon doesn't respond when I've talked about Don Lemon, Tucker Carlson, Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, a number of people I've talked about, they never respond. And we call them assholes for that. Well, you know what I'm saying. Above us, above the fray. What did Bakari call it? People from the peanut gallery. That's what he called it. When people who haven't been put on cable media have something to say. He calls it the peanut gallery. Yeah. So it is what it is. I'm just telling you how this works from my vantage point. Okay, I got a couple stories I want to get to, guys. Then we're going to go to phone lines. And I got a special presentation for you crazy kids, all you crazy Wolfpack members out there join. I got something that I worked on that I think is interesting. It's a mood lightener, so to speak. But let's go to this. Our first story for tonight is this. Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard. I was critical of Tulsi Gabbard. Well, initially I wasn't as critical. Because initially, I didn't know shit about Tulsi Gabbard. She seemed like a person, she was talking about ending wars. And I don't like wars. So that was interesting to me. It was interesting when you got a candidate in this age of militarism, the way America bombs the hell out of countries. It was refreshing to have a candidate that was talking about that. And this was like, before she was really a candidate, she was just Congressperson. Thank you, Wolfpack. She was just Congressperson Tulsi Gabbard. And she was supportive of Bernie Sanders along with Nina Turner, and I supported her. So I'm a pretty loyal person in that degree. I didn't know anything else about her, really. But when we started running for president, I was still pretty supportive of her until some things changed with her policies. And then I noticed there wasn't much socially that I could really like some of the issues that I care about as far as black folks who I advocate for the black community, because we are on the bottom of the spectrum when it comes to a lot of the categories that are positive. So it's pretty much like this. Anything that's good in America, we're on the bottom of it. Anything that's bad, we're at the top. Whether it be wealth, whether it be environmental justice, whether it be life expectancy, like all these categories. We're at the top of the bad shit, at the bottom of the good shit, all the way around. Less money, shorter lives, less enjoyment of life's time doing here, less of the reaping the benefits, the goods, and hustle, 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 and it's all your fault because you're not working hard enough and you don't want to be successful. It's sort of like what America tells black folks. You can sing, you can play basketball, you can rap, you can join the Olympics or some shit, but, you ain't gonna be a music mogul. It's a lot of things. So anyway, and I kind of saw this coming with Tulsi Gabbard. With Tulsi Gabbard, we all, it's like, what's Tulsi going to do after she left politics? What can she do? And it always seemed like she was setting up what she's doing right now, which is joining a conservative site and becoming an entity, a talking head on a conservative site. And the name of the site is Rumble. And she's joining it with Glenn Greenwald. Video platform Rumble, which has grown in popularity among conservatives as an alternative to YouTube, has reached agreements with 8 thought leaders. including Representative Tulsi Gabbard and journalist Glenn Greenwald. Here's the statement they put out. They said, these prominent new voices added to Rumble's deep pool of content, talent, and further enhance the platform's breadth and depth of offerings to our viewers. The platform said it also reached agreements with comedian Bright Fetzi, a satirist, Mark Orfley, former Washington Examiner writer Siraj Hashmi, Twitter personality Mujab Kobi, writer Shant Mesrobian, and journalist Zaid Jalani. Give it up for all of those people who I always knew were on the right. Isn't Matt Orfley the guy who worked with Bernie for like 2 seconds until they found out he said a lot of shit about MLK? Yeah, he made some tasteless jokes or something. And look, I know he said he didn't mean it, and then he reached out to me, he wanted me to help do a video where we kind of defended him, and I told him I couldn't do that, and we were never cool ever since. Man, I'm not getting involved in that shit, man. I don't know you. But I knew he was like on the right, and there was people that was in the video that are now on the right or doing right stuff, and Jimmy's guy made a lot of stuff for anyway. That name Jimmy Dore just keeps popping up. Although very diverse, this group of individuals does share one characteristic, a commitment to challenge the status quo and seek the truth. And shit on Democrats. Does any of the people listed ever say a mumbling word about Trump or about the right? Just wondering. I don't know. They could. Just don't recall them doing it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's wild shit, man. Both sides suck. Both parties suck, Johnson. Both parties are whack. But this one we're not going to talk about because they got a lot of viewers that pay us a lot of money and they support our shit, our content. This is the bad one over here. I thought there was 2 wings of the same bird. Yeah, they're 2 wings of the same bird, but focus on the left wing. Focus over there, boy. It's really a center wing. Right? It's really like a center wing if the wing could like fly in the center. Because the bird be like this like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The wing is like one wing fused together. Like how you... Birds don't do like this. Not the political bird sense. It's like this. Ooh, because the wings are not, it's left or right, but their interest is like, woo, right? The same interest. It's all on one side, the right side. So I guess it's woo. That's some dumb shit, man. There you go, Tim Black. You have successfully forfeited your black card. Yeah, you gave up the black card with the corny ass jokes that white people get. I gotta simmer down, man. What's up? You know what I mean? Got a little high strung. You know what I mean? Getting a little high strung, Johnson. Oh. It's part of an agreement. And the creators will get new resources from Rumble to produce videos that will be available exclusively on the platform for some period of time. The platform and others like it, such as Parler and MeWe, have grown amid some unsubstantiated criticism from conservatives that major social media platforms are biased against them. Gabbard, for a part, blasted big tech monopolies in an inaugural video for Rumble, accusing major platforms of working to censor those whose speech they deem unacceptable. Yeah, that's Tulsi Gabbard. The good old, we need to stop focusing on race. Why is it always white folks saying we need to stop focusing on race? But she's not white, Tim. Motherfuckers, if you saw me and her, you'd be like, who's this on that white lady? It is what it is, man. You don't get to choose how other people see you. And not in America. If you ain't black, you white. Look at the census. This identity politics is the worst thing in America. It's not poverty and homelessness, mass incarceration. It's like, I could name like 20 things before I got to that shit. That's what I kind of say. Hey, something ain't right about her. I don't support her shit. I don't support her. Fuck that, man. You're wrong. You're a turncoat. Nah, I'm just telling you how it is. How I feel. You ain't got to feel the same way, motherfucker. You know how many people I lost as friends because I didn't support Tulsi? I thought she was full of shit. You know, it's because she signed on to HR 40 like a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or some shit like that after she announced her campaign and she'd been in Congress for several years. They're like, oh, they try to gloss over that shit. She's a sponsor of HR 40. Like, when though? Why isn't she a sponsor when she came in? My sister? My sister? Because she thought it wasn't effective enough. It didn't go far enough. She never said that. Reparations. Both Gabbard and Greenwald have more than 1 million followers on Twitter. Gabbard also has more than 500,000 followers on Facebook, while Greenwald has nearly 250,000 followers there. God damn, they're doing the thing, Johnson. Woo! While Rumble does have rules about racism and hate speech, well, they're going to really need that too. They're going to need those rules. They're going to need barriers, cinder block. You're going to need a wall put up. And then turn a wall, because there's a lot of, I already know. You put like a couple of these Tim Pool motherfuckers, like in the same Ben Shapiro motherfuckers, and Steven Crowder, these motherfuckers, and then you got Tim Dillon coming through for the win, over the top, boom, with the cloak, the dressed up racist shit, and just make it funnier, but it still be really fucking racist. But not as racist as you could tell, like, goddamn, motherfucker, you just, Richard probably like, goddamn, these are racist motherfuckers, ain't it? These motherfuckers is racist all the time. Goddamn, motherfucker. Well, Rumble does have rules around racism and hate speech, although enforcement remains an open question. Don't be racist to the blacks, and don't be racist to the others. Okay? Keep the party going. It's much more lenient than other types of content, including health misinformation, anti-vax. In the end. So, look, man, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I told you so. Damn, it feel good to hear people up on it, because I remember back when they wasn't. Now guess what they caught from my cousin? The Vapors. The Vapors. We all know DJ Swan, who sang on my record. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next story, Johnson. Keep it moving. So we get to them phone lines. A brother can't even do his damn job without the police messing with him. Try to show a house in Wyoming, Michigan, and the cops come for a brother. What is this Negro doing at this expensive home? It's like the Dave Chappelle, skit. Remember Dave Chappelle skit? When the cops, he had a house, he had a nice house. He said, it's not that nice a house, but it's too nice for him to have it. You know what I'm saying? Cops show up like, oh my God, there's an intruder in this house. He's still here. That's what happened, man. A Michigan police said Tuesday that an internal review revealed that officers acted appropriately when they, in an incident earlier this month when they detained and handcuffed a black real estate agent as well as a prospective home buyer and his 15-year-old son during a home showing. What you doing around here? Get on your side of the town, darky. Where do you live here? Do you know that? All those Karen videos. This is how people get shot. Oh, just wondering, hi, how are ya? I'm all right, man, what's up? Just wondering, can I help you? Nah, you can't help me. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. See ya. Nah, I was just wondering, you live here now? Just being nosy. I'm just looking around here. Just, or Or worse, they out the window. See, I don't know if it's better or worse, but they be out the window on your asses. Out the window on your ass hard, y'all. Oh, God, here it comes. Get your gun. The Department of Public Safety for Wyoming, Michigan said in a statement that although it's unfortunate that the innocent individuals were placed in handcuffs, officers responded reasonably and according to the Department of Policy based on the information available to them at the time. Yeah, did you get shot? Looks like good police work. Yeah, we usually shoot Negroes. Yeah, that's what we usually do. Did you get choked to death? No? Okay. What's the problem then? Oh, constitutional rights. Pfft. Please. Bleeding heart liberals with their constitutional rights for the blacks. Okay. You will never stay. Everybody pulled his weight. And great. Those were the days. And go back to a time we had to, just treat the Negroes any old kind of way. All of racist white America collectively tears fill up. Tear ducts feel. Good old days. When they say make America great again, what they kind of mean is a time when they can just do whatever they want to blacks with having to even answer questions. Community members said the media have asked for a response regarding whether or not the race of the realtor and his clients played a role in the police response to the incident. The statement said after a thorough internal review of the internal review, we've looked at ourselves and decided we were good. We did a thorough investigation of ourselves. And we've determined that we good than a mofo. Yeah, that you're overly sensitive. You got the problem. You're the problem, man. That's right. We determined that we are perfect and you are wrong. And your 50-year-old is lucky. Teach that boy to mind his manners. Don't get loose-lipped. Uppity Negroes, don't get loosey-lipped. We concluded race played no role in our how we responded in our officer's treatment of the individuals who were briefly detained, and our office responded appropriately. So, Mr. Real estate agent Eric Brown and prospective home buyer Roy Thorne said they were racially profiled when police suspected them of an intrusion during a home showing. Yeah, here we go. Wyoming City Police said they previously responded to a break-in call, 911 call from a neighbor reporting a break-in at the house. Yes, they thought those people were breaking back in during the day. See, that's just it. When you see black people, you just, think bad things. They think bad things, Johnson. They see black people and they think bad things. Yeah, I know. I can relate. I can relate. I've been going through some shit, man. I tell you, man. He said that. Oh, he wants to, he's an apist. Oh, he's an apist. It's really easy to make that connection to. There had been a burglary at the same address in late July, noting that a suspect was arrested and charged for unlawful entry during that incident. So they can't even say they thought the same person who got away may have came back. And maybe they saw the person and fit the description. No, like they caught the person in July that unlawfully entered this place. Now they just think this particular house is just a hotbed. Like all the blacks exchange like the address is like, you want to steal some shit, bro? I got just the place. Take that. Don't open it now, motherfucker. Don't open it now. Open it later when you get in the car, man. On that note, you will find an address, bruh. They got all the good stuff, man. Just go up there during the day, like 2 p.m., broad daylight, man. Yeah, man, they got all the good stuff there, man. Yeah, man. Go there, broad daylight in front of everybody, man. That's how you do it. Tell you, man, it'll work. Come on, man. Have I ever steered you wrong? Okay. All right, bruh. All right, so anyway, the dash camera footage released by police showed the officers gathered outside the home in an overwhelmingly white neighborhood. Really? An overwhelmingly white neighborhood. Due to gentrification and segregation, there's a lot of them. Oh, yeah. I wasn't expecting that at all, Johnson. Overly white neighborhood, very segregated neighborhood. Officers removed the handcuffs after the officer reviewed the credentials. They put all three of them in handcuffs. Able to explain the situation to officers and showed them their real estate credentials. See, this is what people don't get. See, black people have been so traumatized by cops over, like, their whole existence. People don't understand. Policing in America was built primarily to catch runaway slaves. Our history with the police has been horrific. It didn't just start with George Floyd or, Michael Brown or wannabe cops like George Zimmerman. No, man, it goes back over 100 years. You can find clips of black people and you can find writings of us complaining about police killing us in our neighborhoods as far back as the early 1900s at least. I've read them. They're right online. So this is a historic problem. So here's the thing, guys. When cops pull up on us with guns out, it's a traumatic situation because we're not always thinking this shit gonna be straightened out. It can go bad, and it has gone bad many a time. It's just now we have footage. So anyway, nothing to see here, just regular police work. Handy dandy police work, crack police work, top flight security. Yeah. Good times, Johnson, good times. All right, Johnson, so what we're going to do now is we're going to, in light of how everything's been going lately, it's been horrific. Hadn't been good. It's been a battle. We're going to run this clip, and then we're going to go to phone lines, Johnson. We'll be back after this clip, and then, let's do that. Right here on the Tim Black Show, Johnson. Stay tuned. James Clyburn, the world's most progressive person ever. Wolfpack. Like, the system doesn't like new because it's unpredictable. So the system will welcome predictability. Get what I'm saying? Which gives you a lot less friction when you have predictability. The system loves status quo. Anybody deny that the system likes the status quo? It likes people doing the same old shit. It likes the same old guard. It likes Jim Clyburn, Keith Weston. What you doing showing up? Medicare for all. I got your Medicare for all. We don't need Medicare for all. What black people need is to listen to me. Because I know everything. The most progressive person in politics. I'm more progressive than Bernie Sanders and MLK put together. I was in jail when I met my wife. And I met the pharmaceutical companies, and then we tied the knot. And I was staying up against anybody. Put my record up against any other record. You can put it up against the Prince, the Purple Rain album. Put my record up against the 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying album. Put it up there. Put my record up there. And my record's gonna play well. It's got all the right beats on it. I had the people of South Carolina always on my mind. Always on my mind. And I'm always for the black people. That's why I support Joe, because I know Joe and Joe knows us. And I know pharmaceutical money. Oh, I know pharmaceutical money. I can smell it. Ooh, pharmaceutical money. It's like mama's cooking. It's like barbecue sauce. Damn, that's some good eating. And I love barbecue sauce. Did I tell you I'm the most progressive person in Congress? Ain't nobody more progressive than me. I'm more progressive than that Indian Walton. I used to play on the Waltons. I was one of those things that sat in the yard, in the front yard, holding a lamp. Y'all didn't know that was me. See, you don't know that about Jim. Jim been around. I don't know where y'all been. I talk angry like this, and people disagree with me because they're scared of me. I don't blink. I like pharmaceutical money. I know Joe. I'm the most progressive person ever born. I'm more progressive than Jesus. Jesus called me up. He said, Jim, what should I do? I said, take some fish and feed the people. He went down to the curry out, got some fish, some flounder, put it between some bread. Damn, that's some good eating. That's what it did. Because I'm the most progressive person in the world. I'm more progressive than Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was like, Jimmy, what should I do? I said, you should heal people. Open your doors. Let them in. Tell them to take their shoes off, though. Don't be tracking nothing in Jim Clyburn's rug. That's what you should do. I ain't blinked yet. That's because I know Joe and Joe knows me. Did I tell you I'm the most progressive? I'm the most progressive. And I love pharmaceutical money. I wish that Tim Black would keep my name out of his mouth. I'm going to have somebody hurt his ass. I'm going to have somebody come for him. I'm tired of him. I'm going to get Bakari Sellers. Bakari, go down and see Tim Black. Talk to him. Have a conversation. Don't tell him I sent you. I'm going to have Ben Dixon go talk to Tim Black. Now, Ben gonna get his ass kicked, but, oops, I blinked. Pharmaceutical money. Medicare for all is bad. You don't want health care. Dying ain't so bad. Always worrying about dying. That's what's wrong with you niggas. That's what's wrong with black people. Worrying about dying. What's wrong with dying? Everybody gotta die. But you only got one life to live and one life to give to Jim Clyburn, the most progressive congressman in the history of Congress people. I'm more progressive than Abraham Lincoln when he freed the slaves. Stop worrying about dying. Stop worrying about health care. So much you can't afford your medication. You don't need them. Go for walks. Sometimes you just need to go for a long walk. I know walks, like I know Joe. I'm the most progressive. I'm running out of things to say. I've only blinked 3 times. But I'm mad and I'm loud and I'm black and I'm angry. That makes people shut up. Now shut your ass up. Me and Nancy used to have a thing. Me and Dan Feinstein had a thing. Tim Black, you'll never be as funny as Jimmy Dore. He's way funnier than you. You don't know what comedy is. You ain't no black comedian. You ain't funny, you got no sense of humor. That Ron Placone, now that's funny. He's 4'8", and he's funny. I put him in my pocket with my pharmaceutical money. Him and Graham Elwood. He's good. You're not good. You suck, Tim Black. You're too black, you got no hair, and your eye wanders. I can't trust a man whose eye wanders. Now you shut up. We progressive, you ain't. I like Andrew Yang. I don't like you. So you never know the crazy shit I'm going to say on Freedom Friday. These are called jokes. I like Ron. Lee Camp's not funny, but it's funnier than you, Tim Black. He got long hair. He on RT. What you on? YT. You on Twitch. You don't have enough money to invite Jim Clyburn on your show. I'm going to go on Roland Martin's show. I'm going to roll with Roland Martin. That's where I'm rolling. Now roll me up something. Or roll out of here. Did I tell you I'm the most progressive congressman in the history of progressivism? I met my wife in jail. I also met my husband in jail. That's right, Jim Clyburn swings both ways. What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I support that. Don't let great be the enemy of the good. I'm black, I'm loud, and I'm mad. And when I get that way, you can't contradict me. Black people ain't gonna have no wealth when I'm done with them. I hate black people. If you see me with a black person, I ain't doing nothing but holding them for the police. I like pharmaceutical money. Tim Black is playing this as far as it could go. Need to let this go. But Keith Weston, he supports this show big time. And he asked me to do this impression. I'm the most progressive black man in the history of blackness. I'm more progressive than Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman called me up one time. She was on the train. You know, the Freedom Train. The Underground Railroad. And she said, Jim Clyburn. I was only 22 at the time. I said, what is it? She said, don't take that pharmaceutical money. I said, shut up, Harriet. What kind of name is Harriet anyway? I took that pharmaceutical money and I put it to good use. I bought me some hair plugs. Afro hair plugs. You know how expensive that is? Man. Y'all gonna have me go to hell, man. All right, y'all. Give it up for that. Yes. Yes, Johnson. Yes, Johnson. We are back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you, Johnsons. I appreciate that. I've been holding that for a minute there. I just wanted to wait until after Nina's, after Senator Nina Turner's campaign, after her election, and before I put it out. So, yeah. I know. I'm crazy. Okay, we got a number of calls in the queue. I'm going to go to the first call. I'm trying to go in order in which the calls came in. So I want to thank everybody for their patience, Johnsons. Give it up for my callers. Let me check the queue real quick. Let me check. We're good on Facebook. We're still good on Facebook. We're still good on YouTube. And all right. Let's go to our 562 number. 562, you are live. What's your name? What is your comment?
Yo, what's What's up, Tim Black? This is your boy Marvin from California. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Marvin?
I called you earlier this week. You know, I was all hyped up and all that stuff. I'm a little calm today. I want to say that, you know, I'm sorry, you know, from personally, you know, of the smear that has gone, you know, with about you, you know, from a certain group. But I will say this, the thing that people don't, or people have overlooked in that whole discourse and all that stuff concerning especially Dr. Cornel West. Dr. Cornel West gave you, Tim, a compliment that in my opinion, you know, it is a compliment above compliments. And he said that you speak with the fire for the love of your people. And, you know, I guess for doing that, you're getting the pushback that you're getting, you know, calling out the fakes who's supposed to be, you know, rounding up and getting together the left, but it's all, you know, racist shit. And, you know, you speak with the fire for the love of your people. Reparations. If you're not down with reparations, you're not down for justice. And, Tim, I'm so proud of seeing yo, bro, I'm going to cut my time short and I'm going to continue listening to the phone. Peace, Tim. Peace, Wolfpack.
Hey, thank you, Marvin, man. I appreciate you, man. I know where you're coming from, brother, and it's all love, man. It always has been and it always will be. So, yeah. And won't, you know, we don't stop. We ain't quitting, so we good. But I appreciate you, man. I know you're always coming from a good place, brother. And so they had to try to denigrate me and try to say that Dr. West rebuked me because you just praised me. So it's hard to smear a person if a person that we all respect also respects them. So, yeah, you can't just smear a person and then be respected by an icon like Dr. Cornel West. So you have to take that away from them, and then the smears work better. But yeah, it's all good, man. 917, you are live, 917. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey there, it's Hotep calling from East Coast, and I'm new to the scenario you're experiencing. Sorry that you're going through that. I think much of what is experienced stems from the fact that in the Western caste system, darker humans are at the bottom. I'll give you an example because I know the other callers. There's a white girl named Bad Bobby. She went on Dr. Phil. She was stealing cars, pulling out knives, and she made one phrase, "Catch me outside." The girl is now a multimillionaire. Floyd Mayweather's daughter is caught in drama with the girl. Lil Yachty bought her like a $38,000 gold chain. And the white privilege of this scenario is clear. And we could take this and relate this to what you're experiencing and what most really Black conscious folks experience, which is the love of Black, brown people, especially Black, because POC is a watered-down version of us that takes some of our rights and our pain, go through the most drama, even though we have the most valid, cogent, potent truth to deliver, which is that Black people have built humanity. We're the first Homo sapiens, but yet say that and you become an enemy. And a little ratchet-ass white girl can come up and become a star using our hip-hop and talking like some of our people talk. It's an amazing thing. Oh, and quickly, regarding big pharmaceuticals, not everyone is anti-vax. Some people are anti-clinical trials. Since Black folks have been the guinea pigs for hundreds of years, we reserve the right to say, you know what, since it's a clinical trial, don't use propaganda on me. Let me take the time to analyze and evaluate what these big pharmaceuticals that are typically self-regulated can do. Black Power, I hope you all do well. Hotep, peace.
That brother right there, Hotep, is in the house. I appreciate him so much, man. He does. I want to thank Hotep because he's one of the bright, supportive voices of truth. When it came to some of the smears that I was getting on Twitter, he stepped in and just stated his truth and just provided receipts that were able me to help debunk some of the lies that were coming out. And he didn't owe me that. It's not, he just did it because he saw what was happening. That's it. And I appreciate you, man, for that so much, Hotep. And thank you for looking out for me and having my back on this issue and just telling it what you saw, just calling it straight. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's I'm gonna go to the next call. I've been doing so much talking this week. Hopefully I can kind of lean back and let other people have their conversations, but it is always amazing what we do here. Some of it, Hotep, bruh, and to everyone out there. I understand people want to get along with other people, and I like getting along too. But if you see something wrong that's happening, and it's happening around you, and you don't say anything, well, then now you become an accomplice to it. And I can't become an accomplice to what I've been seeing happening. I think as a person who cares about black folks and those issues, I have to stand up for those issues. And I do not believe that I would have received the same treatment I've been receiving if I had been a different person, if I was a white person. I just don't believe it. But it is what it is. I'm gonna go to the next call. And hold on a second. And it's ironic that those people who say they advocate for black people were some of the first people to say that's not true. Like, I didn't have a single white person who was being very critical be like, no, it's not true. No, there's no such thing as racism. Has nothing to do with it. I had black people saying, you ugly, your woofs are dumb, everything you do is dumb, you stupid, you fat, you old. And that was their big guns. But the white people were a lot more respectful, but I guess you can be when you got black folks that are willing to say all that shit. So it's been a very eye-opening experience. We already knew it was there, but it really showed its ass, so to speak. And I don't mean that literally. No one literally showed their butt cheeks. But this situation has reared itself. It has exposed itself to us. I use figurative language. I'm not referring to any specific person. Okay? Because last time I used colorful language, and then later I talk about a woman, they put it to the woman, they applied it to her. So trying to defend yourself against that stuff I see now is futile. But I appreciate you guys, Hotep, and Hotep particularly, Marvin as well, and the rest of the Wolfpack people that had my back. Man, get up for the Wolfpack. You guys, thank you for riding with a brother. I'm going to go to the next call, man. I got an 828 number in the house. Yeah, I still got it. 828, how you doing? You live.
Cool.
What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi, Tim. This is MG. I got kicked off the chat when I rang the phone, so that's why I'm not doing the monitoring.
No worries.
I'm so sorry, but my technology is not as adept as y'all's. And I just wanted to say thank you. First of all, happy birthday. And I'm so sorry that people cannot see good people for who they are. And all the stuff that's going on right now, it's been going on since Rome, y'all. I mean, I'm going to use the term washichu. The term washichu by the Lakota means the people who take all the fat for themselves and leave nothing for anybody else. That's how I think of the white side of my family, who are just like the ruling class right now, money, power, and control. They don't empathize. They don't have the capacity for empathy. They have been playing this game since they've been on the scene, they are not capable of, when they see people getting together and uniting, it scares the living bejesus out of them because they cannot handle the fact that they've committed crimes against humanity and they don't want to deal with it. They've created more generational trauma since they came over here in 1492 than the Marquis de Sade did. And they don't take responsibility for it, just like my family. My family never apologized for the abuse. My family never admitted. In fact, my uncle died a week after my mom. And I talked to my uncle a couple of months back, been trying to get family secrets out of him, right? And he was a Texas Ranger. He knew about the Cherokee heritage. He knew about the family. He could have told me anything. But this man who was forced to assimilate, of course, adopted the bullshit of assimilation and told me, and I quote, "I can't talk to you because your father abused you." And when he died, none of us, my dead sister, my dead brother killed by abuse, were not mentioned, nor was I. I'm telling you this to tell you how cold-hearted and evil the Washichu are. Don't expect them to ever change. And don't let them rent space in your head because you're better than they are. Remember what it says in Revelations, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And I've been living since I was a little girl in 1956 Alabama, hoping for the day that I would live to see the day that things got turned around. It's going to get hairy. If we all don't help each other and build gardens, build libraries, and start turning it away from what everybody's doing and what, like not what you and Reverend Barber and Cornel West are saying, but the whole panoply of the internet was designed to divide people into little factions. And so people are all off in their little groups. And even in the 70s, when the Black Panthers were getting somewhere, J. Edgar Hoover sent people in there to play the divide and conquer game. This stuff goes, like you said, way, way, way back. And I just feel really grateful, A, to my ancestors that are Cherokee, God bless you, the full-blood grandmother, the 3/2 grandparents. But, I'm just lucky I survived those people. And I don't think they're trustworthy. If they don't take care, think about this. Since we've been a country, since we've known that there are men like Epstein and Dennis Hassard and all that, we've all been childrenless, right? But we all can't get together to stop pedophiles. The fact that nobody in Washington has ever stood up and said this is wrong tells me all I need to know about Washington. I love people. I always have. I always will, although, let's put it this way, I'm not real fond of Washichu right now, and I'm working on praying for those who despitefully use people, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed at what's happened to you. I'm pissed at what's happening to everybody else and how the divide and conquer game that I saw in the 70s and in the civil rights movement was being played, because they're playing everybody off of each other. And common ground is essential, but you've got no better ally than Dr. Cornel West and Reverend Barber. Those two people, you stay with them, and you're going to be fine. Excuse me for saying it this way, but to heck with those people. If they don't like you, they don't understand, and they're not worthy of your brain. You're a better person than they are. And just screw them. Don't let them ruin your game, because their game has been played since Rome. And by the way, I love hearing Marvin's voice. He should do radio. He's a wonderful guy. And I hope that you'll just be like a duck and let the nastiness just be like water off your back, brother, because these people have been trafficking in children since they crawled out of the Caucasus Mountains. If I could get you a copy of History of White People by Nell Irvin Painter and Medical Apartheid by Harriet A. Williamson, I would buy everybody I know a copy of those two books, because it just validates everything I've seen and everything I know. I mean, they are not who they say they are. They're just not. And to me, ye shall know them by their works comes to mind. What have they done for the last 400 years? Been evil. when, you report sexual abuse and they tell you to shut up about it, you kind of come to the conclusion that the people telling you to shut up are bloody evil. And I just don't have any faith in anything except good people, Jesus, my son, and our garden. That's about it. and I'll tell you what, I don't go to any other place. You're the only somebody dragged me here, and I don't even speak to that person anymore because they were dissing you, and I didn't like them. So I dropped them out of my realm, and I don't go anywhere else because you're on the same page as me. You're young enough to be my son. But to hear somebody spouting stuff I've been saying for 40 years, man, I loved you from the moment I heard you. So, just keep on doing what you're doing. It's your life and your conscience, and you do what's best for you and your family. To heck with anybody that says any different. You're one of the best people, and you just honored me today. Thank you so much for asking me to be the moderator. But believe me, with vascular dementia and bad eyesight, I don't want to take the chance that I might moderate and duck somebody that should not be ducked. I just don't feel that I could be at 65 as good as you need to be when that chat's moving fast. So while I love you for honoring me with that thing today, it was unexpected, and I was like, oh my God, am I going to do this right? Am I going to piss somebody off? I was just a little bit worried about that. So I just want you to know that God kind of settled it, because when I rang the phone, the doggone chat went off, and I'll have to hang up here and go back and listen to the chat to hear the doggone show. So that's okay. I don't mind. I've learned, like I said, with spinal injuries, you learn to adapt. The only thing I can change is my mind. I can't change those other people. I can't change. I used to think that I could build bridges between groups, and that's just, the more you build bridges, the more they come after you, because if you say unity, they know that you're eventually going to come after them with pitchforks. I think because 90% of survivors of sexual abuse don't come forward, we should just arm a silent army of survivors, go out and hunt the people that allow this to happen. I mean, yeah, that's a fantasy for a 20-year-old, but for a 65-year-old, it's just a fantasy. But as long as we allow abuse of children, what Lakota say it real well, what they will do to one, they will do to all. So as you're fighting these battles, just remember that there are people in centuries past that have fought the same ones. And study what Hoover did during the Panther movement, because it's very much, now they've got a human duck line to play divide and conquer on. Oh boy, they're in high cotton because the narrative is controlled. You can't even talk about pedophilia online anymore without getting attacked. So, you can't talk about being a survivor and wanting to stop it. And what I'm saying that for is because it tells you what kind of people we're dealing with. So you just stay stellar as you always have been, and I'm going to keep praying for you every day. And if I'm not always around, please know that I'm praying for all of y'all. I did a little bitty tiny video on my little bitty tiny channel for you, and there's a couple of songs in there for you. One is Solomon Burke, None of Us Are Free, till All of Us Are Free. And I just want you to know I love you like a brother, and I thank you so much for just being the representation of, to be honest, you're representing Christ, because you're trying to talk about what's right. So in my book, you're cool.
Wow. Thank you so much, MG, for those kind words. I appreciate it. Wow, what a statement, what a testimony, what realness, and what a motivational words you spoke there. That's inspiring, and I want to thank you for the vote of confidence. It's been interesting, but as you stated, I try to remind myself never take myself too seriously, because my ancestors have been through so much. I mean, what's this I'm going through? What, some online critics? Oh my God! Oh no! They literally drug us out of our homes and hung us and cut off body parts and took souvenirs. Like that's America. That's why I always love when people say, this is not who we are. I'm like, do you know who we are? Do you know who America is? Someone said, Tim, what do you mean by this statement? Like, I looked in the eyes and I saw a vacant, I saw the eyes of a white woman who didn't know what was going on. That's, some of it is idealistic, and also some of it is just plain disconnected to reality that black people experience. And someone asked me to elaborate on that. That's how I felt. That's what I felt I was looking at. We're not talking about skin tone. We're talking about the windows to the soul. And what I was seeing was a vacant room on the other side. And once again, like sometimes people are there's different types of racism where there's, biased racism and there's explicit and there's implicit. And sometimes it's implicit, just not knowing, not conscious, and just disconnected, not able to, for it to register, not for it to be real for them. And but I also, MG said, I appreciate that comment, MG, that I also want to mention that as far as the anti-vax, that's the point Hotep brought up. And I just want to say, I put a post on Twitter about my mother's experience with her vaccination, and people were saying that I was being anti-vax just to even say what happened with my mom. She took a shot. She got one of the shots. She wanted to. She kind of went against what the doctor, which she knew what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to consult with her doctor, right? So she's got, or a doctor. And she didn't because she really wanted to get the shot. And she had some really strong symptoms from the first shot. And she contacted me like when she was feeling better. I didn't even know. She didn't even want me to know because she didn't want me to worry because my dad died in like November. So her husband died in November. So everyone in the family is like really protective of her. And love you, Mom. So she told us when she started feeling better, what happened. And she went to see her doctor. Doctor's like, look, you should have consulted with me first. Don't you take anything without consulting with me, any type of shots. You're 70. I'm not even going to say she's over 70 years old, So that wasn't to discourage people. If anything, it's to tell people like it's two things. One is check with your doctor first if you have any existing pre-existing conditions. That's the guidance that's given by the CDC. And second, also when people are talking, sometimes when we comment about the vaccination situation, we're not thinking about other people who can't take it due to medical situations. I know that's a different group, right? But we need to leave room. It doesn't take much for content creators and people who speak and put up posts to actually just say, well, I'm talking about those people who have no medical conditions that don't want to take the vaccines because they don't want to take it. For whatever reason, like there's different groups and there's different people with different concerns. And that doesn't take that much time to kind of like say that. And I'm not saying this to start the conversation on it because I don't want my channel to get shut down. I'm just saying my experience has been this is a third rail. Not only because of the way that the social media companies are treating these conversations, but the way we're talking to each other, the way we're interacting. And I just want to kind of share my experience with that. I thought that was crazy that these accusations, I'm not even talking about me, I'm just relaying a story about my mom. And it's like, you're on this side of it now. I'm like, whoa. No, I'm not. We all know people, I want everyone to know to get checked out first. That's all. Because I'm very fortunate, and my whole family's very fortunate that my mom is okay. But there it is. So do with that as you will, Johnson. Let me go to the next call. I appreciate y'all. All right? I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm not, it's just sharing that information. I haven't really talked about it, have I? I haven't really talked about it. 206. Yeah, 206, I'm sorry. 206, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Virginia over in Washington, and I love you. Happy birthday, Tim.
Hey.
You are the greatest, and I'm so glad.
Thank
that you
you.
have not let nothing steal your joy. All right, then. That's the way you should be, because I love you so hard. Let me turn down the thanks speaker. Anyway, I just want to tell you that you have stood up like nobody against some of the worst crap I have ever seen, and that is saying a lot because they are so low down and dirty and pathetic and narrow-minded and whatever. Them and their fans. I'm just tired of those people. I'm real grateful for you, for the issues you bring up, for the history you keep teaching people, for bringing folks together. Even though everyone's trying to rip us apart, just honestly, God, Tim, I swear, I think people are just doing this on purpose to weaken us because this don't make no damn sense to me. And it's so irrational. It's beyond. I mean, I know that things are crazy right now and everybody's all up in each other's faces over all kinds of stuff, but it just seems too, how do you say it, orchestrated. And I can't see you being treated that way, or any of us being treated that way, because we're coming from love. We're coming from wanting to see everybody do so much better than we're doing. Everybody's suffering so much. And Tim, let me tell you something, boo. This thing with the children, I can't. I just can't. I really, how you going to sit there and risk children's lives? They don't have any choice, Tim. They got no choice. They have to wait. And I cannot see. I used to work for a NICU in the administrative wing. Thank God, because I could not. I can handle all kinds of blood, guts, vomit, diarrhea. I don't care. I would have been a great nurse. But with them children, I would do nothing but weep because it is the worst thing in the world to see those children hooked up to machines. It is the worst thing I have ever seen. And I don't understand, folks. I don't understand all this hate. I don't understand all this. It really. I'm gonna do you a confession. I did so much for Bernie, so much that people wanted me to be a paid organizer. I'm a cripple. I can't be on my feet for all of 6 hours a day. I cannot afford a car. I live on $16K a year after over 30 years working. That's what happens when you get disabled. You get poor. Period. End of story. But I couldn't do anything for Nina because all this. I only did a couple hours of phone banking, and I'm so ashamed. But it just got me so down that I knew if I tried to talk to people into getting out there and voting, I wasn't going to sound the positive, energetic, go out there and do it, get some volunteers. It was hurting me. It was hurting me to the deepest part of my soul to see us so fractured. And all them dividers can kiss my royal butt. I am never going to pay them ever any mind whatsoever again. Nix them all off my subscriptions on YouTube. I don't want to see them in the painting like my mama used to say. I just don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. I don't care. I don't care what they say anymore because they can live in their bile as long as they want to. That's not the bath I want. I want a bath with love, with generosity, with kindness. And yeah, you got to call people out. Like you said, you black or you white. Well, obviously, we ain't just black or white. And now I'm going to remind folks about something with immigration because I also did deportation defense and stuff. Ted Kennedy was the first one to up the quotas because immigration is based on quotas from different countries. He was the first one who got it passed to finally increase African and Latin American and Asian immigrants because you could see what it was before that. And honest to God, the virulence that has come from that is absolutely astonishing. And I'm going to tell you something else for everybody out there who's thinking that, yeah, I'm brown. I don't deal with what black people have to deal with. I got my own thing I got to deal with, but I don't have to deal with what black people have to deal with. I do not. And the fact of the matter is, if Africa were closer to us than Latin America, that damn bill would never have passed. Teddy would not have been able to pass it. Nobody would have been able to pass it because that's the reality. And the only reason, that they want to sit here and ignore all the indigenous people, all the native people in this country. There's so many. There are so many. They're not on the res. They're everywhere. We're everywhere. and they just want to ignore it because they want to be with the noble savage. That's what some dude on somebody else's YouTube commenting, oh, ethnic girls are hot. We're not ethnic, a-hole. We're human beings, and we don't want to be objectified, and we don't want our brothers being targeted, and we sure as hell don't want to be part of your little rape fantasies and whatever the hell else is going on with these people. And I so appreciate your callers. The Wolf Pack is so amazing. These are the most intelligent people I hear on it calling in. I swear to God, they just cover everything. They come from all walks of life, and they just are so real. And I'm going to come up, despite my 16 little K a year, I'm going to come up with some money to send you in a card.
It's okay. It's all
because
good. It's all
I
good,
love you,
sister.
Tim. You're a good person. Boo, no, I love you, and we have to help each other. And I got my public housing. Sooner or later, it'll cost less than half my check, but not right now. Right now, it takes over half my check, but they say it'll get lower. But in the meantime, you just stay strong, brother, like you are. Take care of your heart. Take care of your blood pressure. Screw those people, because you cannot let those people do that to your heart. No, I want your heart. I want it as healthy as it is big, baby. That's all I'm saying. I want your heart as healthy as it is big, and that's pretty damn healthy. So no matter what. And let me tell you, I got kicked off of Twitter because of those people, and I don't care. You know what? I feel hella better not being on Twitter, because what I'm going to do is get up off my ass. And we got a woman, even though she's a white woman, she's very cool. She's queer. She's been homeless, like our girl Corey, and she fights like hell for low-income housing and for the homeless and for I'm gonna work my ass off for her. I'm gonna work my ass off for Nina when she gets back. I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna work like I work for Obama, and I work in 3 states for Obama on a wheelchair for the damn convention because I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna do it again. And I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do whenever I get real tired. I'm gonna think about how miserable I'm making them haters, and it's gonna inspire me, make me laugh, and do more. Cause that's the way I roll, baby. And we're gonna do this, and we are not gonna stand down, and we ain't gonna let them waste our damn time telling us nothing is ever gonna change. Because if nothing had ever changed, I wouldn't be here. I'd be hella dead. So there. And that's all I got to say. I love you, Wolfpack. I love you, Tim. Black, you are the best. You're the best on YouTube as far as I'm concerned. And don't ever let nobody tell you otherwise. It's hard to find the good people on the YouTube. There's a lot of crap they always pushing on you. But I'll share you on the Facebook because I get there. I stay on there because they have free stuff in my neighborhood, and I got anything. But otherwise, I hate this on Facebook. But it is good for more local organizing, and we got to, whatever we decide to do, just take care of each other. That's number one. That's already a job, and it's a heavy job.
Look, give it up for Virginia, y'all. Give it up for her. Thank you so much for the phone call. Wow. What amazing contributions, man. Everyone's calling up, speaking their truth to power, man. I want to keep that party going. I just want to once again reiterate how supportive everyone has been. We're not many, but we plenty. And I think we have a very diverse, interesting, real, honest, hard-hitting, funny as hell audience and community, and I'm proud of it. And I fight for what I believe in, and I believe in you guys. So it is what it is, and that's okay. I always say, it killed MLK and Malcolm and JFK. What you think they're gonna do to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Dude, what are you, Timberlake? You can't take tough words? You can't take unfollows on Twitter? You can't take a rude comment section? Come on, Johnson. I did feel bad about the Cornel West thing. I just felt like he deserved better. And I'm part of this, like, people using him and him getting in the middle, them putting him in the middle of this. It just felt like it cheapened. And it was disrespectful, and it put us on low, and it was embarrassing. And disappointing. You know, when Brianna Joy was attacked, well, when harsh words were said from when Jason Johnson called her misfit black girl and all these things, man, I was the one that made a video that went after him, and I actually had talked to Joy about it, and I went in on Dr. Jason Johnson about that. No one remembers that. I had criticism for her, but the things they were attributing to me about Brianna was just not true. And there's just very disrespectful to say that, you know. All right, we'll go next call. That's it. 951, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, man, I'm about to ruin the chain of good calls, so I'll do my best, but yeah. So I'm Alvalino Gracias from California, and I'm about to be a little narcissistic because, well, that's how the story goes, but I wanted to talk a bit about it. So I ended up critiquing an interview on another podcast and got some feedback, and just have a few thoughts I'd like to share because I think it's relatively important. There seems to be a class analysis that prioritizes a lot of class conflict above other issues. So I made the point that universal programs aren't enough, right? And we need to address social issues and reparations as well, right? And I got some feedback that was not shocking, but the extent people took issues with reparations was something else. Like, I got essay responses for my little comment, and the extent people are willing to argue against reparations is problematic. Like, I'm already writing a whole damn 20-page paper. I can't respond to these like essay responses, but you know, I did my best with it. But they were making arguments that reparations is not popular, people won't agree, etc. You know, the usual cases. And I think the left has an issue with populism. You know, it's a benefit, but you don't do things that are popular only, right? I mean, slavery was popular. Putting Japanese Americans in internment camps was popular. It's not right, so you know, you work on it. And at the same time, I hear some Marxists who want to dismantle capitalism and fight for that, even though capitalism right now is relatively popular, and Marxism, socialism isn't. Now, the policies are pretty popular. There's no doubt about that, but that's another story right now, right? So I just see the hypocrisy there, and even though hypocrisy is overrated, it's like at the same time, there's no need to shit on reparations and add obstacles of reaching that. Like, reparations is really not that complicated, but people made these like 10-sentence paragraphs just shitting on 20 different points, and it's like, dude, it's not that complicated, man. Like, we got to pay for our past mistakes, and there's just no reaching any sort of equity until you actually pay for the past. And you know, I think we got to do some real honest critiques of the left, and that's all I have. But thanks for letting me call. Happy birthday.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you for the thoughtful comment. It was not, I disagree with you when you said it wasn't an excellent call. Like, this is not going to be a great call. I'm glad I shut up and just let you talk, because I think it was an excellent call, an exceptional call, and I appreciate your honesty and your experience, sharing your experience, and that's very important, brother. There are people that say that he's absolutely correct. There are people who boo-hoo. They talk down on reparations, and at the end of the day, they think it's a political non-starter, and it really bothers me that I thought this job was where we push for things just because they're the right thing to push for, man. You know, like this, the actual possibility of America no longer being a military juggernaut that colonizes and plunders countries is pretty, like, slim. But that doesn't stop those people who speak about the military-industrial complex from speaking about it and advocating for peace in the Middle East, the rights of Palestinians, the rights of Yemeni people. That's acceptable. In fact, it's not only acceptable in left circles, it's applauded. Those people are held up, and we admire those fighters for that. Do you think that we're going to accomplish that in the way that America's structured right now? Very slim, right? Medicare for All was the thing that America's been talking about since America's been America, like pretty closely, since the early 1900s, I think it was. And they were going to do it, but a lot of racist white people didn't want black people to have health coverage for free. Look it up. With the corrupt system that we currently have, where pharmaceutical companies and lobbyists in election, we don't have election reform, and we have money intertwined in our politics. The possibility of universal health care and a Medicare for all type system is also a very challenging, daunting thing. But we support it and we fight for it and we talk about it and we advocate for it because it's right. Fast forward to reparations. If there was another way to right the wrongs, if there was another way to close the racial wealth gap, folks, average black family, 10% of the average white family. A black person with a college degree, less wealth than an average white dropout, high school dropout. I know these things. The information is just out there. We have people, even those people that say we're on the left, who say that I'm a grifter and I'm a liar and I'm doing this just for clicks and views. They don't even advocate for reparations with their full chest. They come up, they say, we support reparations, but when we get, after we tackle climate change. Oh, we support reparations, but we got to get rid of capitalism first. But we support reparations, but first we got to join hands and sing a song standing on one foot while whistling Dixie, and when we see a squirrel drive a car at the dawning of the sun going down, setting in the east instead of the west, or rising in the west instead of the east, and a tornado sweeps by at the stroke of 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Like, they have these conditions that they apply to their own issues that they're advocating for, which almost guarantees a lack of drive and push for it. And I'm just saying, guys, what's the point of doing advocacy if that's acceptable? It's really easy to tell someone who's doing this work, guys, that you're doing it for wrong reasons. It doesn't make much sense to say that about me when actually talk about politics hurt me more than anything else. I mean, it's not a growth mechanism, but it's important because I want my legacy to be about something that matters. So I just found it very disheartening that there's so many people willing to shit on reparations. There is no other way to help the people that have been aggrieved than to focus policies on strictly on those aggrieved people. I'm not saying other people haven't been aggrieved. We're talking about this particular issue. And though we push for other policies that are an upward struggle, to say the least, since this is a black issue that impacts black people, as Dr. Cornel West put it, a hated people, a denigrated people, a people that have been treated historically inhumane, not even as human beings, as animals. To ignore the latent racism in this is just beyond me, and it's I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to continue to be a thorn in the side of those people who don't want to face reality. And I support Medicare for all. I support combating climate issues. I support environmental justice. I support economic justice for all. I support these things, but I also support reparations, and I support that first and foremost. So I can support the issues you care about, but you don't support the issues I care about. So my wolf pack, that's why I stand on it. Someone's got to stand on it. I don't know who. I'm standing on this. We should win and lose together. We should fight this fight together, not because we know it's going to succeed. We fight the fight because we know in our heart it's the right thing to do. And that's all you can ask of any person, and that's admirable in itself. So I'm going to go to the next call, guys. I appreciate you all for your patience. My 559 number is still in the queue. I want to go to him. 559, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment, 559?
Hey, Brother Tim. It's Brother Eric. Happy birthday.
Thank you, bro.
Happy birthday. And I'll say one thing about the whole drama thing. I mean, you're obviously doing something right because you're pissing off all the right people. That's what we used to say where I grew up. And, if anything, it's you hit a bit of a nerve because, why are you so pissed off? Thou doth protest too much, right? Something like that. And, something's got to ring true because, they're running around like scalded dogs. But, you got it. You know what you're doing. In fact, I'll be willing to wager that not only is this not the first time, but dealt with far better people. So it's like amateur hour with those jokers. So for what that's worth. So just wanted to say that, words matter. And boy, I've had at least the last about year and a half just an exercise in that. And, so what do I mean by that? Well, if you're not willing to at least frame what it is, to at least to try to connect to somebody, you're going to have a disagreement, and they're not going to see the things that you need them to see for all the wrong reasons. And I'll give you one example from the world that I'm in. It's the estate tax, better known as the death tax. Because what happened? You got corporate think tanks that said, you know what? We don't like paying taxes on all this vast wealth. Well, what are you going to do? Well, it's obviously very unpopular, but shit, how do we get people that have nothing to do with it to get behind us? I know. We're going to call it the death tax because shit, well, that doesn't seem fair. I mean, you die and you pay taxes. Oh my God, then everybody's all up in arms. Meanwhile, I've only met one client. I've only had one client, unfortunately, mostly for me, that's even marginally come close to that. Especially, I mean, those were the old rules. Now the new rules, $11 million. And that's if you do no planning whatsoever. That's just $11 million. Tim Black, you got a farm. You just decide to say, screw it. I'm not going to do any planning. I don't need no stinking plan. $11 million just for you, single. That doesn't include, you're married. Oh, well, that's another $11 million. That's $22 million for your estate, excluded, without doing a thing. That's one example. And then the other thing is, and we got a couple others, but I like bringing this up. It's like what Trump said. Different things mean different things to different people. It's like when Trump said, "I like the uneducated, like the poorly educated."
Yep.
The people that follow him heard that and said, "You know what? Yeah, our schools are shit. They don't teach us nothing that was worth anything in the schools that I attended or my kids attend. He must get it. He's right. Dang it. Yeah, he gets me. You know what he actually meant by that? He meant, damn, I'm glad you guys are dipshits. That's what he meant. Same thing with right to work. Oh yeah, everybody has the right to work. I have the right to work. After all, yes, absolutely. I'm behind it, Scott Walker. What did Scott Walker mean by that? He was a union busting motherfucker. And that's exactly what he did. So yeah, right to work for slave wages, and he took everybody's collective bargaining rights away. And so now you couldn't collectively bargain for a pay raise even if you wanted one. Not that you ever could in the past. And that's the one thing that always irks me. People want to make out like, oh well, yeah, you can just, go to another job and it'll be great. That's if you get hired. That's if the employer doesn't say, you know what? No, we need to hire somebody where we don't need to hire you. Yeah, we need to pay somebody, a fair wage. We don't need to pay you. We only got one of these jobs. We're allowed to have one. And it's the same thing with healthcare. You know what? If people get too hung up, that's why the so-called left, like those jokers that are giving you all the drama, you get too hung up on some of that stuff. Enjoy losing. You must like being spanked, and you must like being losers, because you find out that people agree with you a whole lot more than they disagree. But if you want to fight on specific things, some people have very strong opinions when it comes to, say, democratic socialist. Reminds them of Soviet Russia. You have to deal with that. You have some people that came from, say, Venezuela, came from some of these places that have very real connections with that. So what do you do to get around it? You frame it in a way that so they can understand where you're coming from. It's what I like with healthcare. One of my biggest things. I always 100% link it to group policies. You were in corporate. You were in corporate America, so you know a bit about this, right? If you were part of the health system or part of the program, group policy, right? And the world was open to you. It didn't matter what you had. You could have a laundry list of ailments. There'd be one foot in the grave, right? You will still get covered. You will never get that kind of coverage unless you were part of what? A big group policy,
True.
A group policy. Because the more people you have in the group, guess what? The more things are spread out. It's that economies of scale type thing.
That's right.
So, you know what? Oh, that's right. Then people start seeing you plant those seeds. All you do is plant seeds. I never tell anybody how to think. I never tell anybody how to spend their money. I do, consider this. And you fill in the blank and you keep reinforcing, because what's going to happen is they can't get out of their own way, right? You see that happening on the so-called right wing. They can't get over their contradictions. I'm surprised that they're not shouting from the rooftops, this is Trump's vaccine, the Trump this and the Trump that. Yeah, this is Trump 1 and Trump 2, like they call it the Trump stimulus. Crickets, right? And this started under his administration. You'd think they'd be, again, shouting it from the rooftops, but they can't get out of their own way because they have one gear. And it takes that, it always happens that way, right? Because then, like, wait a minute, you get guys that were normally behind you. What the hell are you guys doing? Why aren't you doing this, and this? And you know what? This does make sense. Why are you getting PPP money and I'm not getting PPP money? I'm doing this, and this, which you told me to do. Whoops. Now there we go, right? And now we're starting to see things right. Now all of a sudden, you know what? I may hate your guts. I may hate everything about you. But damn it, I'm going to ride with you for this. Happens all the time.
Wow. Well, Brother Eric, I got to leave it there, man. But thank you so much, man, for your economic expertise, your tax bona fides, bona fides. I heard that pronounced so many different ways. It sounds cool when they say it the other way. I hope that's correct. But now, man, thank you for putting it down, brother. I'm going to go to the next call. Excuse me. But I would like to just bring everybody's attention to what we're dealing with here and just remind people what the hell is going on. We are we're a blue collar channel that fights for the working people, and that's my background. That's where I come from, and those are the people that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? And the best people in the world, man, doesn't mean you're going to be the most successful. Some of the best people with the best hearts, the biggest hearts, who work the hardest, benefit least from their work. And I've been, look, these so-called socialists, I want to say this. So there have been people who've been leveling this criticism of me and this show because the numbers, you're not as successful as this person or this entity. Man, my whole entire life I've been seeing poor people work hard as fuck, hard as hell. I do everything this show does, 95% of it by myself. 95% of what I do is by myself. These other people have teams and tech staff and producers and like I have all these other layers. Man, never meet harder working people than poor people. We're poor. I'm up against everyone that I mentioned in that video was either a half a millionaire or millionaires and above. Maybe except for Nick Bronner. Jimmy Dore, David Packman, Kyle Kalinske, Sam Cedar, and I said even Sam Cedar, my criticism of Sam is I had to remove that because not because of his ideology. That's not it. It was because I looked at, I saw he did cover Nina pretty well, and I felt like, okay, I threw him in because I saw a clip. But that's not the point. Everyone can be criticized, right? Brianna Joy Gray, I'm not pocket watching, but she's pulling in $30,000 a month just on Patreon alone. Fucking Harvard lawyer. Look at Google her background. So you got this poor working class dude calling out these people, and the leftists, the socialist, communist left went after me for, you're not successful. You're not making more, you don't have more viewers. You're doing this for subscribers. You just mad because you're not successful like these people. It was just seemed a little weird, Johnson. That's all, just seemed a little weird. Just a little bit. I heard people saying, well, you can't go after these people just because of their class, Tim. Oh, well, I wasn't. But it's just ironic that all this incoming is coming to the poor guy, working stiff dude, self-run show against the bigger networks. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but there are entities that have millions of subscribers who get 20,000 views on the video. It's not uncommon. The algorithm impacts us all. And then when you're talking about black issues and my caller, I didn't pay my caller to call up and say how people on the left or how people on the left treat reparations and black issues. That's just what it is. I had people that say they advocate for black issues saying that's not the problem. They just don't like you because you used to support Bernie, or you are just bad at what you do and you're just not good to look at it. All types of BS. Like crazy. So I'm just wondering, guys, if we're going to fight together for shit that matters. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to be a voice of saying, hey, look, are we fighting for real? Are we going to get back to where we were? I feel like we lost ground as a movement, and we need to get back to that. And if you are for direct actions and you're against electoral politics, I understand. I get that totally. But you got to stop shitting on what we're still involved in and go do that over there. Why do we have to be in conflict? I never tell people not to have direct actions. I never tell people not to be working outside of electoral politics. Why is it that you have to be within our movement and supporting candidates you say, and still on one side of your face, hey, I support this person. Other side, well, what good is this person getting elected? It ain't going to change because the system sucks and these people are horrible. Well, if you're a person that's putting out content and you're saying both those things, that's a mixed signal. And I'm trying to understand, how is that beneficial to us who are still fighting the fight on the electoral side? That is it. I don't see that as a crazy stance to take. I don't see that as being against the movement. I see that as being pro-movement. And I just don't understand the criticism of that. And I also am not, it's not lost on me that since the Jimmy Doreification of the left, where he has ascended, I've seen less solidarity. I've seen certain people make more money, but it's less solidarity in our movement. We almost got Bernie elected. Now we can't get anybody elected. Now we don't have that cohesion that we used to have. But other people are doing better financially, but we're not doing better as a movement. Because there anybody out there that says we're a better, more united community, on the broader, not just my community, but the broader community, is it more united than it was in 2016? Or has it deteriorated? People more now looking for right-wing supporters and version with right-wing and people defending it. I thought it was both sides were horrible. Why are you courting conservatives? Why are we doing this? So these are my criticism, guys. It's out of love. It's out of love. It's out of love for what we're working on. I haven't been doing this for the last 6 years to just watch you go in the toilet. You guys are just pushing the handle. You're flushing the toilet on what we've been working on. So I'm standing up and I'm fighting for what we believe in, and we can have disagreements. But the smear job, like that's, in fact, guys, if it's just a disagreement, and somebody, puts out content and disagree with me, I'm fine with that shit. In fact, that's cool. It's the smears. That's the problem. That's different. I had some little fuckers put out 3 videos on me with racist overtones in every one of them. I respond one time. They had the audacity to put out a 4th video saying, Tim Black's attacking us. Folks, and they are considered bright and upcoming. And Jimmy knows how to appreciate the young and upcoming channels. Yeah, because they're not putting out 3 videos that are tinged in racism, negative about him. And then when he finally addresses it, then they play victim. Oh, he's attacking us. I shit you not. That's what happened. So, I'm sorry, guys. I want to go back. It is what it is, man. There I go, getting excited. There you go, getting emotional, Tim, about this. Don't get emotional. Don't do that. Don't show. I thought it was good. Why is it good to have passion and fire and fury when you're Jimmy Dore, but when you're Tim Black, it's, oh no, you don't need to, don't raise your voice. Oh no, you can't. Don't you get loud. Don't you start yelling and saying what you feel. Don't you say it with your chest. We like when he does it, because when he does it, it's for us. But when you do it, it's for you, and it's selfish. Really? So, okay. Seems a little fucked up, but okay, I get your point. It's always different rules. It's always different rules. I remember when Roethlisberger for the Pittsburgh Steelers accused of some things. It never really got publicized, but then Ray Rice, on the video, he got in a fight with his wife and hit her. That shit didn't go away and the other guy gave his, like I could name so many situations. There's a real big imbalance here. And I want people to know, they say that it's better on the left. Man, that shit a fallacy. I used to think that too. I used to think the left was better. Like they had some moral high ground. Ain't no fucking moral high ground. Now there's some good people, no matter where you look. There's gonna be some morally ethical people, no matter where you go, left or right. That shit don't matter. Get beyond that. Because that shit is false. I've been stabbed in the back from people on the left and people on the right the same way. Sometimes the people on the left use a garden shear to stab you, and the people on the right, they use a Ginsu knife or some shit. an X-Acto blade, but it's still cutting you either way. So don't fall into this fallacy, y'all, that it's just certain groups of people, and don't even think that it's just certain colors of people or languages or regions. Nah, man, I've been standing for people in the Midwest, the Deep South, the East Coast, the West Coast, white, black, Latino, Asian, don't matter. Don't matter, Johnson. And then you get smeared for combating your smear. You get dragged for speaking up and responding to other people dragging you. Ain't that some shit? Like, it's one thing to be attacked for your opinion. I get that. But then when you respond to the attacks, you're attacked again for responding to the attacks. And they'll disingenuously put out, they leave out that they attacked you. They leave out that you're responding to them. So, folks, I want to give it up for the people that know these things. And I want to move on to 301. I had a 301 number in the house. There we go. 301, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello there, Tim.
What up?
Tim, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. How are you?
Hey, Tim Black, happy birthday. This is Kendall from D.C., man. I do have a 301 number. I want to first, let's talk about it because I know I don't want to waste your time, sir. First of all, let's talk about a great person. His name is Marion Berry. I do represent D.C. Marion Berry was a great progressive right here in Washington, D.C. Marion Berry, our mayor for life. Let's big up our local Anthony Lorenzo Green, the people's champion from Deanwood. Let's big up April Goggins from D.C. Black Lives Matter and our Democratic Socialists in Ward 4. That's Uptown for y'all who don't know. You know, Go-Go is the sound of D.C. Chuck Brown forever. Word. Denise Lewis George. Tim, I want to tell you a few things. I can't stand Muriel Bowser, but that's a whole different story. Tim, I met Nina Turner in 2014 at an event in Lakewood, Ohio. She changed my life. Nina Turner, I do a youth program. We had youth phone banking for Nina from Washington, D.C. We had youth text banking for Nina Turner in Washington, D.C., my friend. Nina Turner is an outstanding person, and we're going to be with her when she makes this announcement in September. Hello, somebody. I also want to say that all y'all in the Wolf Pack, we need y'all to go ahead and text bank. Text banking is easy for Nina when she makes this special announcement. See, I'm a Nina bro. I am a Nina bro. I met Nina at that event. I told her about my program, and she said, Kendall, you make sure you keep on fighting for them youth. She touched my heart, Tim. She is the most real person you ever met. And let me tell y'all, if y'all never met Nina, y'all already met Nina. She's the same person you see on TV. She's the same person you see on here on the radio. She's genuine. She's authentic. I'm a stand for Nina. I'm a stand for India Walton and Odessa Kelly and all those other sisters we got here, right here in Maryland. Michaela run against Stenny. Hello, somebody.
Wilkes, yes.
With Michaela Wilkes. Hello, somebody. Yes. So what I want to say, Tim, keep on fighting. We need reparations. Keep on fighting, telling truth to power against the Jimmy Dores, against the Cal Kalinske. Fuck all them and the Crystal Balls and Saga and Jenny and the cast and that and class. That's right. Kasina said it's cast and class. Hello, somebody. Oh, my brother, you are doing such a wonderful job and turning the left, the fake racist left. Y'all will not ignore our issues no more. I call them the like, click, and share left because that's all they want. They want you to like, click, and share. They're not trying to organize. They're not doing nothing right here. Mario Bowser still writing letting MPD kill black men. That's why the Janice Lewis George went up here and did that amendment, baby, and that made that cut that MPD and they gave the rest to the nonprofits to have youth violence interruption. Oh, please talk about local issues. Please have Anthony Lorenzo Green on. Please have April Goggins and my Iranian sister Narisa Peruzzi from Empower DC. Brother Tim. And the rest of our Wolf Pack, We got to get Nina in there. See, once they win against Nina, that I lost them people forever. See, there will be consequences. I love your tweet when you say don't get mad when the shit hit the fan, because the shit has hit the fan. And the black progressive left, we will not deter. You keep on talking about how they did Medgar Evers and Malcolm X and all those fake progressives, how those fake Martin warned us about them fake liberals, them fake moderates, them fake white progressives sit up here and try to be our ally and don't want to do nothing. You really made me laugh when you talked about Kyle Kalinske, head would explode when he say close racial wealth gap. Hello, somebody. We ain't playing games with y'all. Y'all go over there. We ain't got time for y'all. We ain't got time. We are soldiers. Big up UNIA. Big up in Cobra. Hello, somebody. And that's for folks who've been fighting for reparations for a long time, for those who don't know. Thank you.
Yes.
Big up Yvette Carnell. Okay? Okay, and keep on attacking the fight, the black establishment media, like Tiffany Cross and that other Bojangles fella I don't want to mention from Morgan, who happens, and Morgan is my alma mater. It's such a shame. You know, I love Morgan State
90
University.
seconds.
But let me tell you, Brother Tim, happy birthday. I'm going to support you and everybody. We got to get more sisters like Nina in. I'm telling you, Nina is the one. Nina Turner, she's our leader. She's our black progressive leader for the mainstream. But you know I'm a Pan-Africanist because I also go into but for our mainstream progressive movement.
Right.
And she set up here on your interview and said she supported the reparations. So once they see
60 seconds.
Brother, this is deep, man. And now everything's about just as Democrat because they didn't even support my sister Jill Carter in Baltimore. Hello, somebody. But there are other races that we could do, and y'all keep on voting on your local. Keep voting on your local, your city council. That's how we got Janice in Ward 4, Brother Tim, here in D.C. Brother Tim. And let me say one last thing. In D.C. Ward 8, Trayon White, the people's candidate from Ward 8, the South Side, Southeast. He lost his race against his establishment back, LaRuby May. But, brother, he came back and won. And that's going to happen to Nina. And I'm going back to Ohio to make sure that we get Nina in. We got to get Nina in, y'all. Support Nina Turner. She's the one. Brother, that's all I got to say.
10 seconds.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Kendall. Give it up for this caller, man. Amazing caller. I love it. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go do some more activism. I'm ready to get back out in the streets. I'm ready to get it on, Johnson. Yes. I tell you, man, that is an invigorating call, if nothing else, man. That's invigorating, informative, helpful, inspirational. It's real. It's hitting all the right buttons and all the right cylinders. That's what we're talking about. We need more of that, Johnson. That's what I'm saying. That's it. That's the core of it. That's the heart. That's what's up. I appreciate you picking me up, brother. I appreciate you informing my audience. I appreciate you showing that I ain't just talking. I ain't out here in an empty cave just yelling, and you're hearing my voice. There are other voices that we sound similar because we come from the same place with the same heart. We share some common beliefs in what's possible. That's all I'm saying. Some common beliefs in what's possible and willing to work to that. And one of the things I am going to do, guys, and this is something I already made a commitment to doing, is doing more field work. But it's hard when it's just me. So we got a GoFundMe to help me be able to grow up. Like Jordan Sheridan. Me and Jordan Sheridan have closed all beef, ended all beef. We talk from time to time. We DM, we saw each other in person, and I admire what Jordan's been able to do on the ground, but it ain't just Jordan doing it by himself. He's not alone. These other entities that I see when I've covered events, sitting there with my damn camera, luckily be able to grab my son, who's also from Morgan State, that's his alma mater. We'll see if he goes back, but we don't know. Like everyone else, we're dealing with that student debt, man. It was heavy. But, if my son can't do it, then like we're in a bad financial situation because the Wolfpack just doesn't have that. We don't have that type of means like some of these other folks do. So, but what I want to do is, I mean, I can go down to D.C. with our camera and just talk to people on the street and try to catch some of these politicians walking out of Capitol Hill. I am proximate. I have proximity to D.C. That's a big boost. So we have that. And I intend, folks, Wolfpack, real talk, I intend to spend a large amount of time in the fall up on Capitol Hill, making you proud, asking tough questions, doing the damn thing. That's what I intend to do. So, like, it's not so horrible. Like, that was some criticism I got from people. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying they're doing it for the right reasons. But what I'm saying is, that's good. Like, you can learn something from any criticism. You know, you got to be able to separate yourself from some of the harsh, people are saying harsh things just trying to be as mean as possible and making up shit and just smearing shit and trying to destroy. But there were also some grains every once in a while where you could think about, say, well, you know what? Maybe you got a point. You know? But I want to just say also to Kendall's point, and I want to say this and go to the next call. Don't underestimate the power of media. Like, there are some things you can do. Some people are activists by nature, by heart. That's their thing, and that's what they do. I love you for that. This is what I do, and I think I'm a pretty good host. I do my best to be a good host. I think I do a decent job at it. I'm an entity, a media entity, and without media, all the activism doesn't go as far as it should go because you need coverage. You need people to carry your message to the masses. So these people, like, pitting activists against media entities, and we have different roles. I also don't think that all politicians are supposed to be media people. Like, it's not media's job to be publicizing certain things. Like, that's media's job. That's my job to get the word out. That ain't a politician's job, in my opinion, to say some of the things you want them to say. It's our job. Their job is to vote the way you want them to vote. Their job is to advocate the way we want them to advocate. But it's our job to do dissemination of the information, to share that information. That's media's job. I take my job serious. Thank you, Kendall. One more time for that great call. I'm pumped up still from that call is everything, Johnson. Everything. It's all of it and then some. Let's go to the next call. 602, if you're still here, I want to talk to you. 602, what's on your mind, my friend? 602.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, shit, I'm on Tim Black.
What is going on? Who's this?
Oh, man. I was watching this fucking video, and I didn't mean to click on it, but, like, okay, I've been watching it. I was watching this Convo Couch video when they were talking shit about you. And I want to say Convo Couch can suck a fucking dick. Excuse my language. Fuck them motherfuckers. They CIA, man.
Whoa. Watch the language, fam. But yeah, so I feel you. Wow. All right. So God, doing gracious. Yeah, it's amazing. People, once again, caller from 602 with the colorful language. Yeah, and their people was like, don't you talk about my people. How dare you talk about my people? I don't never talk about your people. Your people talking about me. Motherfuckers think they could do live streams and say whatever they want to say. And then if Tim Black strikes back, how you gonna be a part of a group of people that talk a bunch of stuff when you're not part of the conversation, and then when I respond, you talk about I'm striking back. You are like the fifth person who had some shit to say about me. I never mentioned you. What the fuck? I'm striking back. I'm standing up. No, I'm the one trying to get shine. I'm trying to capitalize off a situation. Maybe it's you because you weren't even in the conversation. Like, it's the craziest thing. Am I in a crazy, bizarro world? But, or is it whack that you got people whose names were not recited, whose names were not conjured, whose names were not in a situation, in a conversation? The people that I talked about, who I called out, have said zero, nothing, zero. There are other people commenting for them. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to find out that these people, some people are puppets. Tim Black ain't shit. Tim Black a bad guy. Tim Black's an asshole. Tim Black, that's why he don't got people's numbers are so small. Tim Black ain't got no leader. He ain't no leader. He ain't nobody. He don't care about black people. He never talk about black issues. He bad. He horrible. He a bad ass. He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing, man. Don't listen to Tim Black. Tim Black a sucker. He a loser, man. He a racist. Yeah, he racist. I hate that guy. He hate black women. I know Nina look black, but she ain't really black, man. He hate black women. I know he got a most diverse audience on YouTube, political audience, but he hate white people too. Hey, white people and hate black people. Why am I starting to sound like Jim Clyburn? All I'm saying is, that man is horrible, man. Y'all can't listen to him. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me, because I know everything. All right. Five, 6-1, you're alive. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim, it's Ty from South Florida.
Ty, what's on your mind, my brother?
I just want to say happy birthday, number one, Tim Black.
Thank you.
I've been trying to call him for a couple of weeks, but then your phone had the block call radio or whatever had some issues last Tuesday, so I didn't get to get in. But I think you got my number. If you ever are in South Florida and you lock your keys in the car, call me. I got you. I don't spend a lot of time on social media. I don't know what I can do otherwise, but if you're ever in South Florida, you or yours, and you need a locksmith, you got my number. Save it. You never know. It's important sometimes. I wanted to bring attention to one story. I think it actually happened while you were in Ohio, which is probably why I didn't see you cover it. But the Miami cops stomping a man in handcuffs. It happened at a hotel. It seemed like the whole department flooded in there. If you look it up, just search Miami cops stomping on the YouTube. It'll come up. It's the one where the guy, he runs into the elevator. It just happened a couple of weeks ago. He runs into the elevator in the hotel after running on a scooter for being illegally parked. They say he hit an officer with the scooter. It seems like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the officer was really injured, and we didn't get the police body cams from him actually hitting an officer. And I have a feeling if he actually hit an officer with that scooter, we'd have got that body camera footage out too. But he runs into the elevator, the cop's running after him. One cop tells him to get on the ground. He gets out of the elevator, he gets on the ground, he puts his hand behind his back, he gets handcuffed. And then what seems like the entire department runs in. The sergeant is stomping on the man's head. The boss of all these other cops is in there stomping on the man's head. One guy slides in there like he's damn playing baseball and just slides in on his knees to beat him. And they just beat him for a long time. And then there's a brother recording in the corner. And after they're finished beating the first guy, they turn around and beat the other guy's ass for recording them doing it. And it's one of the worst I've seen. And you can't tell me it's just a few bad apples. Where are the good cops in this building? Who's stopping them from beating a man that's handcuffed? I've complained about the police thing before, and you bring a lot of attention to it, and I really do appreciate it. But this one was, I'm in South Florida, so it was kind of local to me, and I just had to talk about it. reparations, universal health care to take a hard turn, tangible education, equality. They're all uphill battles. Black people didn't even used to be able to have the right to vote, and that was an uphill battle too. And I just appreciate you fighting for what you think is right all the time. Even if I disagree with you on something, I know you're coming from a point of view that I think this is right. And sometimes I change my point of view. Sometimes you change your point of view later on down the road. I've been watching you for years. I mean, you always try to stay consistent on what's right. And I really do appreciate that. Learned a lot from this show. I mean, you can say Medicare for all 100 times and nobody says nothing, but you mentioned reparation 3 times, which is equally as important, if not more so. And it's a big fucking mess, and they don't want to hear about it no more. And I think that's part of what you're trying to call out about this other side right now. And I agree with all of the criticisms you made, even though like some of the people, I can't say all of them because I don't watch Breonna. I don't watch her. I know she did something to do with the Bernie Sanders campaign, and that's all I know. I tried to watch her. I couldn't even get through the Bernie Sanders interview, the whole thing with her. That was dry as shit. So I don't know. I mean, I just know you, and you do what you think is right. And I know Jimmy Dore, and I've called into this show a bunch of times complaining about him trying to separate what coalition we have. I mean, he seems like he just wants to give up on politics because it seems like it's too hard to fight or something. I don't know. Too much corruption. I don't know. Well, like I said, black people didn't even used to be able to vote, didn't even have a voice, still fought for politics. So I don't understand why he wouldn't endorse tacitly Nina Turner, which is just every time she's anywhere, there's this presence about her that you feel like she's supposed to be great. And she is great, but I think you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
And that leads me into just my last point, and then I'm going to let you go, is I got to say it, Dave Chappelle lives in Ohio. I don't know why he didn't endorse Nina Turner. He's got this pedigree of even in his own family, this family, his ancestors fighting for black civil rights. And Nina Turner seems like a natural progression. It seems like she's the next step in this fight. I don't know why he didn't at least say anything, even if he disagreed with her or didn't want to endorse her. Like, she means so much to this movement that he should have at least said something, because he means a lot to this too. He's advanced this in a different, not in politics, but in a social kind of way. Like, I'm about to get off on a tangent, but he just does it in a different kind of way. So the 826, and when he talked about that stuff, it seemed like he was really part of this movement. And I'm not ready to see Dave Chappelle turn into Whoopi Goldberg. And I'm hoping that this isn't the start of that. I'm hoping this isn't a start of him being more quiet about black issues. I don't want to say that it is, but for him to not say anything about Nina Turner really disappointed me, because those two people and what they speak about, it, I don't know how you separate it. So I don't know why he separated himself from that. And maybe I'm just way off base, and I don't know. But I thought Dave Chappelle was the next voice for black progressive in comedy, and Nina Turner was the next real impactful black voice for politics. And I don't know why those two things don't go hand in hand, especially with what he said at the end of 826, which if I repeated it, probably get the YouTube shut down. But it's the kind of thing that made me feel like I need to make sure to exercise my Second Amendment and be ready. So I don't know. And I'm rambling now, but happy birthday again, Tim. Thank you for always letting me talk. Thank you for letting me talk and then further learn from what I say to you and then what you say back, and I can learn from that, and maybe my position changes on things. You know, just seeing the Mark Thompson interview let me know the argument past just ADOS people, which makes the ADOS argument even more important and more to be prioritized. We have to prioritize the ADOS.
Wow.
And their plight is so bad that it impacts a black person that just moves to this country. So even if you don't agree with, or if I don't agree with giving a Nigerian money, it just makes the fact that there's a conversation about it means that the ADOS people, there's really nothing left to talk about when it comes whether or not they deserve it. They for sure deserve it. And then the conversation should be about how far does that go, not whether or not it's necessary. So I'm rambling now, but I just want to say thank you for teaching me all this stuff. You know, I really appreciate it, and I love the show. And behind you 1,000%. Save my number if you need a locksmith in South Florida. Bye-bye, Tim.
Hey, goodbye, Ty. Thank you, Ty, for that amazing phone call, Ty. I appreciate it. Yeah, brother. Yeah, thank you for the birthday wishes as well, man. And, and it's a no-brainer. You know, it's crazy. They don't want to expend the political capital in order to do the right thing, what's right, and to fight that fight. And as some people are pointing out, you run on reparations and you're in a black district? What? That's it's 90% favorability in black communities? Wow, talk about turnout. As regarding Dave Chappelle, I'll say this. Since it was a local race, I don't know if Dave Chappelle is in Akron. I don't think he is. He's somewhere where farms are. It's a really small town, so I don't think that Nina Turner would have been in his district, but I do understand, or would be his representative, or that he's in the same district, but I do understand your concern. Andrew Yang wasn't. he came out for Andrew Yang, and he came out and supported his cousin, Ben Jealous, when Ben ran for governor here in Maryland, and I supported Ben Jealous as well. And, you know, I've had him on the show, and I've interviewed him. And so, you know, it is what it is. And, yeah, I get your points, brother. I get your points. Wow. Let me go to the next call. Let me keep the party going. 505, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
Hi, my name is Devon.
Devon, what's up, man? What's on your mind?
Oh, man, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm talking to you, Tim Black. This is crazy. Okay, brother. So I recently just discovered your channel through a lot of this nonsense, but I really appreciate it because you provide a perspective I hadn't really thought about before. But the thing is a lot on these channels when they're talking about the universal programs and they're not talking about reparations, every time you bring it up, they mention some sort of like logistical issue about, well, you know, there's plenty of pay-fors in the world. You know, we got money in the industrial complex. We got monies from, you know, corporations that have been around since slavery. The money exists. But I am confused about how, like, we get to people, because I don't think it works the same way like the stimulus checks would work. Like, some people don't have bank accounts. I worry about that sort of thing, and I was wondering if you could help me with some of that.
All right, brother. Well, Devon, man, thank you for calling up, man. I'll answer that. I'll give you what I know, and we can move from there, man. Let me say this first of all. I'm an advocate for reparations, right? But there are people that are far more learned in this particular discipline. Like, they have devoted large, and I do mean large amounts of research and time to this subject. So the first thing I always want to do is pay respect and say, hey, there are sources like Dr. Sandy Darity would be a source, a resource for you to look into. Look into his writings. He's done extensive work there. The Sam Dubois Cook, and you can also look into the Reset Race podcast. They talk about it extensively. And then there's also the ADOS, which is separate, which is Yvette Carnell and Antonio Walker. They are very learned. This is their realm, and they've been talking about it for years, and it's like their baby. So, like, I'm finally getting why people are so kind of territorial. It's like blood, sweat, tears put into an ideology and a belief and doing the heavy lifting, and then other people chime in and make inaccurate statements. That pisses people off. I get that. So I don't want to do that. Let me just say this. Where we're at now, we are not at the stage where we could say, I can't say how it's going to be disseminated, how it's going to be delivered. These are things that are all up for debate. We're just trying to get motherfuckers to agree that it deserves to be delivered. Like, we trying to get it to the point where people say, hey, these people have been historically damaged systemically by the government. Not by you, James. Not by you, Sharon. Not by you, Cletus. So it ain't about what happened, what you personally did. It's about government policies and corporations that benefited from an institution and that still continue to benefit. And government laws, sanctions, regulations that have stopped the pursuit of happiness for black people deliberately in this country. It's about what they own, not about what you personally own. People quick to talk about, I didn't own a slave. Good. That's great, because that's against the fucking law. Once upon a time, it wasn't. Okay? So, do you realize that people have been saying, hey, get over it, since the 1800s? 20 years after, look at, Sam pointed this out in a recent Reset Race podcast. White folks, I want you to know that there were your ancestors who were saying the same things you're saying now. They said that shit in 1880 and the early 1900s. 1880 and shit. Well, you're free now. What's the problem? Yeah, that you've been saying, your people have been saying that since then. So we're not at the point. We're not at the point to say exactly how the money will be disseminated. Though I do believe there have been people who have put forth suggestions, who have written detailed analysis of different ways to streamline that process. I would like to yield my opinions to those people that are more affluent in that information. Once again, you can consult Dr. Sandy Darity. He is my mentor in this area. Also, I am a proud member of the Reset Race Academy. So find them at activefilepress.com and find them on YouTube. And also consult with good brother and sister and brother, Yvette Cornell and Antonio Moore. No shade, all love. All right. That ain't that hard. Why people can't do that? And then maybe we could be on one accord and we ain't got to be upset with one another and everybody trying to get to the same place. That's what's up, man. I'm trying to be a better person. You know what I'm saying? I want to do better. I don't want to be a part of any friction, man, if I can avoid the shit. And people pull my collar and say, Tim, hey, maybe if you did it this way, people would understand you more and there'd be less confusion. So I'm with that. So let me go to the next call. My 925 is in the house. 925, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello. My name is Diana, and I'm calling from the San Francisco Bay Area.
Diana, welcome. What is your...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Diana. What's going on?
Tim, I'm so happy I got you on the phone. I'm listening to the other callers, and I feel the same way because you have been such a great teacher for me. And I'm not sure how I came across you, definitely on YouTube, but I was doing a lot of research, and I had worked for Bernie Sanders and for Nina, even from California. And I support the movement for change. And I grew up in a white world, and that's all I saw, and that's all I was exposed to. And then I moved to Cleveland for college, and my exposure changed quite a bit. But what I realized is in the white world, they don't want to have the empathy to understand history, and they don't want to learn it. They don't want to cry in the movies that depict the truth of the past. And so there's an avoidance by the white world, and because they don't want to have to feel for anyone else.
Wow.
And I think, I have such a perspective on it because I grew up in it, And then I moved away and I couldn't go back because I didn't like that world at all. I hated it. And what I saw was when I started seeing African American people, to me, they looked happier. And I thought, oh my gosh, like, wow, that would be so nice to be happy, because the Republican white world I grew up in, people were miserable. And as a woman in that world, they want you stuck. Because if you start to grow in compassion, they're going to cut you off. So the white women in that Republican world, they don't want you to get exposed to new things or new people or have insight. They want you to do as you're told. Because if you step outside, they will cut off your love as a family member. They will cut you off in every way they can. And this is what I have seen. And so I started doing some work for Bernie. Myself, I had some major health issues, which took me into a new world. And I really got into Medicare for all. And that's how I got in with Bernie and then with Nina. But what I noticed is when I listen to white and black people talk about racism, if people don't realize you can't meet someone and decide if you think they're a racist or not. People can say whatever you want to hear, but you have to recognize as a white person that it is deep and you're raised in it. And until you look at yourself, you are not going to grow until you allow your other friends, your black friends or different friends talk to you and say, listen, do you know you do this or that? You are never going to grow. And that's what I think has happened with the white people. They just don't want to be told, and they don't want to be called a racist, so they don't look underneath their surface because they're too busy putting it out there that they're not a racist. So I don't think you can tell, like a lot of people think. My black friends, my white friends, they'll be like, well, this person's racist, but this person isn't. And I'm like, no, I don't think so, because they talk to me as a white blonde female in a way they don't talk to you. So I get to see it. It's amazing. They'll be really nice to everyone they feel they need to be nice to. And then we think, oh, they're not racist. But yeah, who are they? Who are they underneath? And as a white person, when you're told, you know what, you need to think about what you just said or what you just did, white people need to say, you know what, you're right, I need to. Instead of saying, I'm not a racist. Did you call me a racist?
Wow.
And I'll never go back. I'll never go back. I've been watching you, and I've been watching your coverage of Nina, and I don't know what all happened or transpired because I turned the news off after she lost. But I could tell from your conversations tonight, people are beating on you, probably because you've got so much exposure. I don't know all the details. There are always haters. There are always haters, especially when you're speaking from such a place of passion and you're getting attention. So I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you what I think you should do. It's just directing that energy into the good vibes, the positive, and looking at the negative and exposing and doing what you're doing. I want you to keep doing it. And I'm just so happy that I found you. And I wanted to let you know just from listening to your conversations tonight.
Wow. Well, look, let's give it up for our
Thank you
caller.
for the opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for calling up, Diana from San Francisco, and adding your voice to it and speaking your truth and enlightening people about what your experience is. And no one else has your experience, you know what I'm saying? So you calling up and putting it into words, letting us to peek into what you've seen, and that's your testimony. And I appreciate you adding that flavor to this crock pot of information, because that's what we got going on. We got a bring your own bag, bring your own drink type of situation here. And so you showed up with yours, and I thank you so much for it. You know, I haven't looked at it that way, that some people may be jealous. It is really, I was really riding high off of, I spoke at a Get Out the Vote rally for Nina Turner. And it wasn't a whole lot of people. There was media present. I had an opportunity to speak before Bakari Sellers, and I think I overshadowed him, frankly. That felt good. That felt damn good, okay? And by the way, I never spoke to Bakari. We never even said hello to each other. So don't start with the bullshit. He saw me, I saw him, but we never spoke. And that was at a couple of events. So, it's like, I mean, I didn't do that to like show anyone up or to, I'm glad I was given the opportunity to speak and I got to say what I believe and to point out some things about Chantel Brown and hopefully try to inspire the canvassers to go out because, my son went out and both my sons went out canvassing for Nina while, I was there and I was filming and interviewing and talking to people. So we went down as a family, me, my wife, both my sons. And we stayed for almost a week. And we did everything we could do. And I didn't do that to show anybody up. I did it because I believed in it and I supported it. So I want to thank you, Diana, once again. Let me go to the next call. We got it going on. You guys are amazing. 773, what's up? You're live, 773. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, what's up, brother Tim Black? This is Otis Buckley out of Illinois. How's it going? Happy birthday, brother.
Hey, thank you, Otis. What's up, man?
Yeah. Nothing much, man. I called into your show a couple of times in the past. I was the Illinois State Coordinator with MPP back during the time when you spoke at the convention. You remember me? Maybe not. Don't worry about it if you don't. But anyway, I didn't get a chance to watch this video, man. I've been running all around because I'm about to set up a new podcast. And so I've been, working with the people I'm about to do the podcast with. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. I was a Tulsi supporter, so I don't know what the beginning of the video going to be like, but I'm going to definitely check it out either way. I just wanted to tell you I support you. I did see how, some of the so-called progressives came for you. I was in the process of trying to put together a coalition, I'm not doing that no more, though, but I was in the process of trying to put together a coalition. And the Convo Couch just torpedoed it, man, for no reason other than, I'm just gonna say it, man. They feel like they're above black people. So does Jimmy Dore. So does a lot of the white progressives, man. And the reason why they feel that way, one of your callers touched on it, is because they have so much money and they think that everybody who comes to YouTube is coming to YouTube for money. And so since they feel like they have more money than you, they think that they're above you, and they think that you're beneath them when they don't take into account the work that you've put in, work that they have never done, more than likely never will do, that actually benefited people, not yourself, but benefited the people. And to me, benefiting the people is far more valuable than benefiting your own wallet. And that's why I can't comment on your video because I haven't watched it, okay? When I got here, people were already calling in. So all I can do is talk about your situation, talk about my situation. Hopefully that's okay. But they feel like they're above you, and they feel like you should bow down to them and almost kiss their feet because they look at it like, hey, I've already made all this money on YouTube. You're obviously here to make money. So you should bow down and respect and worship me. That was never my goal for coming to YouTube, because for me, I founded my organization on Facebook and Facebook alone. President founder Total Blackout for Reform, one of the 5 main organizations to lead Blackout Black Friday, where we cost the industry billions of dollars, redirected well over $100 million to black-owned businesses. So within the black community, that's far more respected than, say, what Jimmy Dore or any other one of those large progressive YouTube channels who are making millions. That doesn't garner respect within the black community. What I've done is what garners respect within the black community. All I have to do is say, I'm the president and founder of Total Blackout for Reform, one of the 5 main organizations to lead Blackout Black Friday. Just by saying that one sentence, I have more respect than all of them combined within the black community. Yep. They don't get that. They think that they're above you because of the amount of money that they make. When we look at that as counterproductive because you're making money and you're disrespecting our people. That's the way it's viewed, and that's the way it is. Because like I say, I was trying to build a coalition, a universal type coalition, progressives, libertarians, if somebody from the Green Party wanted to be a part of it, even a Republican if they wanted to be a part of it, as long as they were doing something for the people. That was the only criteria that I had. Are you doing something for the people? Don't care if you're red, don't care if you're blue, don't care if you're green. whatever other colors are out there. Didn't really care. As long as you're doing something for the people. They didn't respect that, because if they did, what I was doing was creating a safe list and a SHIT list. Safe list means nobody goes after that politician because they've done something for the people.
Uh-huh.
SHIT list means they're going against the people. So, we're going to go against them.
Right, right.
Cori Bush was put on the safe list because she stood up for ending qualified immunity. She said that she would not sign any legislation if it did not have the ending of qualified immunity on a national level on it. Automatically, that's worthy of being put on a safe list. She's standing up for the people. Yet the Convo Couch continued to go after her, put her picture in their thumbnails, dog her, drag her. I reached out to them on multiple occasions and explained this to them. And I told them, if a politician stands up for Medicare for all, they will also get put on the safe list. I'm not looking at it from it has to be my issue type thing. I'm just, are you standing up for the people, right? So if they're truly progressive, I'm thinking they should view it the same way they didn't. The way they viewed it was, if it's not our issue, it doesn't count. If it's not Medicare for all, anything else they do don't count. We're going to continue to drag them, going to continue to dog them, because we don't give a F about you black people's issue. We only care about our own. Jimmy Dore, same thing, because I tried to explain that to him, Hey, if somebody stands up for Medicare for all, they going on the safe list. But what did he do today? He went and put Cori Bush in his thumbnail, basically saying what she did for black and brown people by standing up for the ending of qualified immunity means nothing to me, because she didn't stand up for my issue. To me, that's racist, because you can't see the benefit of her standing up for anybody else other than yourself. They view themselves as far too important than the rest of the world. Like myself, I have 3 basic human rights demands. I'm hopeful you heard about that at least, which is 1, to end police brutality / police murder. 2, to end mass incarceration / modern day slavery. And 3, to provide reparations in the form of a cash payment. Reparations is far more than just a cash payment, but a cash payment must be included. Now, those are the 3 basic human rights demands. However, I was willing to fight for other issues, like the cancellation of student loan debt. When people started to get kicked out of their homes, I focused on that, So I'm willing to fight for other things outside of my 3 basic human rights demands, but they're not willing to fight for anything outside of Medicare for all. That is narcissistic, egotistic, and downright evil, in my opinion. You're saying F the rest of the world. Everything revolves around you. You don't want to help anyone else who's struggling, even if they're struggling far more than you, all because you want Medicare for all. You can't do a detour for anything else. Here I am, poor man. I chose to be a poor man, though. Back in the day, I had a little bit of money. Not a lot, but, I think me and you might have lived parallel lives in that aspect. I've heard you talk about how you were in sales. I was in sales. I worked at the Sears Tower downtown Chicago. I worked in the NBC building downtown Chicago. I worked in the affluent northern suburbs of Chicago, like Rolling Meadows and Schaumburg. So I worked in a predominantly white environment, like most of the companies I worked for. Some of them, I may have been the only black guy there. May have been 2 or 3 of us there. So I'm used to being around other people, but at the same time, I'm used to checking other people, because I do not let anyone disrespect me, and within the progressive movement, sad but true, the majority of the white progressives I've been running into, they feel like they can be disrespectful towards you. And I'm glad your caller said it. I thought it was solely based on race, but now I think it's race and class. They think because they have more money that puts them above you, because they just automatically think everybody who comes there is coming there for the same thing they're there for, which is solely to make money, not really to benefit the people. Because if you think about it, Jimmy Dore and the Convo Couch, what have they done to benefit the people? Nothing. They've only tried to benefit themselves with their views, their clicks, and their followers. Constantly running your mouth, constantly going against the politician, just constantly spewing out nothing but negativity is never going to get anything accomplished. That's why not a single person stood up when they came out with that force to vote. Not one. because their method is ineffective, inefficient, and bound to fail. When someone comes up with a plan that will be 100% successful, they go against it because they don't want anybody else to be successful because they're failures. That is the truth. I was fighting for the ending of qualified immunity. So were you. Cori Bush stood up for that.
Yes.
That hurt their feelings. Here they're seeing people be successful at getting politicians on board with our agenda when they can't get a single one behind theirs. So that instilled that jealousy in them to whereas whenever we try to do something, they're going to go against it because they have nothing but jealousy and hatred in their heart for the simple fact that they're born failures at what they're doing.
All right, Otis, now look, I'm gonna have to end it here, but I want you to be able to let people know more about what you're doing, and you can give them your contact information.
Okay. Yeah, well, as of right now, we're going to have a new podcast coming out. We haven't named it. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow, but I am going to be switching over to a totally different YouTube channel, which is going to be The Black Ghost. For the simple fact, I've worked behind the scenes for 7 years. Nobody knew who I was, but I got so much stuff accomplished. I'll probably be transferring a lot of my videos over from my old channel, which was the Peaceful Progressive of TBFR. But if anybody wanted to follow, I would say go ahead and go to The Black Ghost on YouTube because I'm going to start streaming there when I stream from here on out. I was about to give up and about to lead the progressive movement altogether, but I can't do that because I cannot deny my people. My people need me to continue to be within the political movement. That's where I'm going to remain. But my podcast may be something totally different. It might be based on entertainment. I don't know. We're going to decide that tomorrow.
Right,
but
brother.
As far as the political information, yeah, please follow me on The Black Ghost on YouTube.
Well, absolutely, man. Thank you for the phone call, Otis.
Peace out, brother. Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother. Once again, I appreciate you, man. And wow, that's interesting. That's an interesting phone call, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I was thinking as you were talking. Here goes something that's beautiful about this whole thing, guys. And this is gonna be short. Let me see if I can get this down to 90 seconds or less. If I'm looking for, I always tend to look for upsides and negativity. I always try to look at the rainbow beyond the clouds after the rainstorm and what can we glean from this? What can I learn from it? Because my entire life, man, I didn't always have the right mentors around, right? So what I'd have to do is be my own mentor and say, okay, what I do wrong, what I do right, do a post-mortem on myself and try to step outside myself. So I'll say this, for this situation, as negative as it has been, it has reminded me that there is no good, the virtual signaling of the left don't mean anything. It has reminded me, and this brother Otis just beckoned it, he just reinforced it. A more inclusive message will be very beneficial to the goal of the wolf pack, and that we should be willing to work with anyone, but also know that just because someone says that they are a socialist or a progressive or whatever they call themselves doesn't necessarily mean they're going to have your best interest at heart. We already knew that, but also any preconceived notions about where people are, what kind of people they are, ethically, morally, or whatever. Wipe all of that out your head because whatever I've been experiencing, what I've been going through has been directed primarily by those who say they are progressive. This was not the evil Facebook conservatives that I've been dealing with, that I said was so bad. They didn't make no content about me. They didn't say the most dastardly, most disgusting things and accuse me of the most dastardly, disgusting, racist things imaginable. They say racist things sometimes in my comment sections on Facebook, but they didn't put that shit on the internet and make video content about it and share it with their people, their thousands and thousands of followers. And I say, oh, that's not what I meant. They just say, I don't care what you meant. It's out here now. And keep peddling it and then attack me for responding to it. And then attack me again, and attack me again, and attack me again. Tell more people. And then other people do the same attacks. So, So that's what I learned from this. That's a great takeaway. And I hope that you can learn through me watching this. This show, you know what this show promotes? They didn't give a damn what this show promotes. All these great callers from all over the country, from all walks of life, they don't give a damn, Johnson. So I'm gonna go to the next call, man. This has been great. Thank you, Otis, for your phone call, bro. Let me get another call in here. I got a 520 number in the queue. 520, you're live. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Tim?
I'm good. Who's this?
Hey, my name's Sergio. I'm calling from Los Angeles, my man. Called before, and once, you know what? Happy birthday! And I just want to say thank you, my man, for everything you do and just speaking the truth. We should never let anybody hijack our narrative of who we are and who we, who we try to be every day in life, even though sometimes we're not perfect at it, but if we strive to be, the best person that we can, that's all that matters. So for you, responding to people's lies and smears and just creating just false narratives is just, bro, people might think one way about it, but I know one thing. You were speaking the truth. You corrected lies, and you know what? They always need to be corrected. Because people should not be allowed to lie on you, no matter what. Because you're an honest person. I want to say, I got so much in my head, my man. But more than anything, specifically, you said one thing the other day that was the truest thing ever. If we cannot back Nina Turner as a progressive, group or whatever it is, who can we back? I got an opportunity to see her speak with Bernie. I went to two of his rallies here in California, in Los Angeles, and I had the opportunity to see her speak. And she is everything that you see, everything that she is built to be. She is an intelligent, honest fighter. I mean, she speaks from her heart, and she speaks the truth, and she cares about the people. And if we cannot, if as a group, or even like I said, as a progressive media, if they could not come together to back this woman, there is issues. Because who are we going to back? Now, the truest thing I heard recently, and like I said, you said it, and I appreciate you that, because that's the truest thing there is out there. So I want to say thank you again, because I have so much on my mind, so much I wanted to say, but happy birthday thing to you, and we just got to keep fighting, man. It's like you do you put out the truth. There's some things in my life that I've always tried to live up to, and one thing, I hate bullies. I will fight against bullies and fight against people that try to mistreat or speak down on anything. You're gonna just think they're better than anybody else. Jimmy Dore, that man. After you put out your video in regards to after you taking your time and you're going with the whole the vote, for Pelosi, and you said it's taking you a while to kind of come to that perspective and narrative. So I was all over. So I was looking at all the videos on what people were saying about it, both sides of it. And I remember one thing that he said to me that was just totally telling, especially because I come from a union family. My mom is a organizer, and she's held high positions in labor unions and fought, for human rights her whole life, people's rights, women's rights, all that. She's always been a fighter. And even myself, I wish I could live up to her standard, but I haven't done even close to anything compared to what she did in her life. She in her 20s, before she even reached 20. But he was saying something like his ego is one of the worst things in the world. The Ken Burns documentary about Vietnam, the miniseries that he did on PBS, they spoke specifically at one part and said the reason that we were in that war in Vietnam and then we couldn't leave because of ego. The ego, to me, is one of the worst and one of the most damning things in the world. It can be a good thing at times, but when you're driven by nothing but ego, like Jimmy Dore, it is toxic. It is a blackness, like a dark, like evil energy that some people can't get past. And he when he was just sitting there just ranting about, I did this, look what I've done. I brought this. How long have you tried this? How long have you tried this Medicare for all thing? And he just sat there and he said, I've done this from my garage, the whole comedian thing, which is all BS. I'm like, oh, and he shit on organizing, on ground roots, on the streets, organizing. And as soon as he said that, like my bias coming from an organizing family, union organized family, I realized this man is full of it, because if he thinks that he's doing all this from YouTube, sitting in his garage, and that he did this movement and it's all him, I'm like, oh, he has no idea what this is about at all. And, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank you for being for the people, and I appreciate you.
Man, give it up for this caller, man. Sergio in the house, y'all. That's what's up, man. I love that. And here's the thing, guys. And I want to say this shit because of Sergio. Sergio, there are people that were critical of me, right? And I get that, and no one's above criticism. No one. But if your main thing is, I'm an activist, and you ain't doing shit out in these streets, said the Tupac Rain Man with the FHL. It's like Rain Man / Tupac / a person that need to be on medication. Some shit. The way he was coming at me. Dog, where's your videos about Jimmy shitting on activists, saying he did more than them from his garage? You don't have a critique of that? See, here's the thing, guys. Y'all some punks. It's easy to come after Little Tim Black. Why y'all ain't, it's a squad, there are squads of people that don't want to bump up against Jimmy. Squads. But they'll attack the black dude. Yeah, they'll come after Tim Black. Half of them are doing it so they could be in the good graces of the big guy, Jimmy Dore. The big money guy, Jimmy Dore. What he's bringing in, $100,000 a month or something? Some crazy number probably. I'm just guessing. I'm not pocket watching. I'm just saying, man, he's like an ecosystem. Like TYT was like an ecosystem. Pretty much everyone really big in media on the so-called left all came through TYT. Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kalinske, all of them like affiliated. TYT, Pac-Man to a certain degree. Like, wasn't he a part of something? Like, aren't all these things like connected? Right? So like, this like an ecosystem. And then you got people that are outside the ecosystem. Right? I'm a mom and pop shop at best. But why aren't y'all challenging these people that are shitting on activists? Oh, I get it. Go ahead and be hypocritical and be, some way to make it okay. Well, when he said that these people are garbage, they're not important, that he did all of this, he meant it in a positive way. Yeah, he's not an egomaniac that need to be taken down a notch. He meant that in a good way, right, Convo Couch? Yeah, he meant that. It was positive. He's just trying to be helpful. He's not really a flaming lunatic who's drunk off his own power and success. No, that's me. I'm the crazy one. Ooh, the crazy black man who's so successful, he's in a bubble. And just, I'm going to go to the next call, man. But I just want to point that out, Sergio. It's crazy. 323. We're getting down to it, guys. 323. What's your name? What's your comment?
Happy birthday, sir.
What up? Who's this?
God, I ain't talked to the wrong.
Wow, you are super low, 323.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's much better, fam. Go right ahead.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Once again, happy birthday. I appreciate the work that you're doing. And I just wanted to say, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, they talked about this. They said that the liberal was going to be the most dangerous out of all of them, remember? So I'll help you watch your back and help you watch your front. Blessings, brother.
My man, look at that, look at that, look at that. Dropping that damn science, brother. Now, when you turned up your mic or whatever, man, I know you. Yeah, you called in here before, fam. And you always speak some truth. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking love you for that, man, and I want to thank you for it. 256, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
What's up, Tim? Michael Graham, the other MG, Magnify Press and Reset Ray. How you living?
I'm good. What's up, Mike?
Nothing, man. First of all, happy birthday. First things first. And I like to, fill you with a little solidarity. I went through this back in 2019 when I was writing about trying to get progressives to understand reparations and talk about it, and they came down on me like a ton of bricks. All right, so all this stuff that you're feeling, the anxiety, the sometimes you may think it's paranoia. It's not, bruh. It's not. Everything you're feeling is real. It is real as the nose on your face, brother. The issue here is, Tim, you're dangerous to these people at the top of the left movement because you are loved and you have a big loyal following. That's a problem to them. In addition to that, you're close to Nina and you're close to Cornel West. If the three of you got together and created a new wing of the left, they're done. Because all that anti-racist facade it disappears. It absolutely disappears. So you have a lot more power than I know. That part of the anxiety is that you don't realize how much power you actually have, and that's why they're going at you. All the things, people coming at you about this anti-vax bullshit, all they're trying to do is chip away at you, and try to break off a piece you're following here, a piece you're following there, and build a narrative around you to keep more people from coming to you. So it's all calculated. I'm not saying it's no COINTELPRO thing. A lot of it is people just piling on and want to kick a black guy while he's down. That's everyday thing. A lot of this is calculated. I'm sure if you'll go through some of these people that responded to you, you'll find that they have 1 follower, 2 followers, less than 15 followers. This is all calculated. These are all stock accounts. And it's meant to keep you from finding your power. That's what this is all about. That's number one. Number two, I want to answer your caller's question about how we're going to pay reparations. But brother, I've been there. You are not on your own. I've been there. And forget these people. All right? And we'll talk more about this some other time. And to answer your caller's question, the Federal Reserve, they're not only the issue of our currency, they're also a bank. All right? Once you've established that you are a descendant of chattel slavery and the standard with Dr. Stanley Darity, his standard, which is brilliant, it's you descended from chattel slavery, meaning that at the very least, people have gone further, at the very least you find an adult or someone older than 6 on the 1870 census. That's when we started putting black people's names on the census when they don't own slaves. If you can find an ancestor back at that point, you're in. Because again, if you're an adult, that means in 1863, prior to 1865, you were a slave. So that puts you in, all right, as a minimum. I can trace my people back to South Carolina, and we can't. And it's not like we can't find these people. We carry their last name, right? It's not that hard. People think it's some sort of magic and voodoo to find these things. It's not that hard. We carry their last name, and many people know, especially in the South, people on the other side of the tracks with the same last name, they're the same family. They come from the same family, same plantation. It is what it is. So it is something not that hard to find. Okay, that's the first one. And the second one is, for at least 10 to 12 years prior to issuing reparations or the beginning of a federal study, you have filed on paperwork that you are black, Negro, or whatever it is for a black person in your area, whether it's Negro, black, African American, whatever it is. If you meet those 2 standards, you're in. So there will be some sort of registration to be a recipient. This is directly between the individuals and the federal government. States won't be involved if Dr. Darity has his way, because we know if things go through the states, we get screwed. So what he'll do, what we do is once you prove that you're a descendant of slaves with that standard, and you register with the Federal Reserve, they are a bank. They put the money in the bank account, and you get a debit card in the mail. It's really that simple. It is honestly and truly that simple, right? It all can be done online, right? And also, in addition to that, one of the things that Dr. Darity states that should be done is that the United States government will fund lineage, what do you call it? Finding your lineage, ancestry.com stuff. The federal government will open a organization to do that for the descendants of slaves in the United States. It's a legal thing. All right, just to answer those, that kind of answers those questions. And the third thing I had for you, you had another caller that was arguing with people about reparations. If you follow me on Twitter, @MG_RR, I just tweeted out 3 articles written by Sandy Darity and Kirsten Mullen and a few other people, a bunch of frequently asked questions, FAQs about reparations. They break it. The main questions we always hear: how will we pay for it? How do you find out who's the descendant of slaves? Who's eligible? All those questions you hear, all those stuff you hear from naysayers, all that stuff is answered in those 3 articles. So it's on ActiveFirePress.com. And look under it. Let me give you the right title. I'm sorry it's taking so long. I got to give people the right title. Hold on, just. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay. The title of the articles are From Here to Equality, Reparationist Quick Guide. There are 3 issues, right? So it's Volume 1, Issue 1, and Volume 1, Issue 2, Volume 1, Issue 3. This will be more on the way. Okay. Dr. Lisa Brown is leading this project. Okay. That's that. Okay. Now on to this nonsense with these faux lefties. Of course, we at Actify Press, we already fired a few shots in this discussion, right? And we're gonna fire another shot next week. Maybe you hear a few there, but after that, we're going to respect your truths, and we're gonna stand down, other than our regular show. All right, but what you said and what you did, a lot of times when we do something, we don't see the benefit in that moment. But what you said and what you did is going to ring in the future of this movement, because the things that would need to be said by somebody who had a big enough voice. When they shut me down, I didn't have a big enough voice. You have a big enough voice. You got the heart for it. You got the reputation for it, and you got the right people around you, including us. That we'll pat ourselves on the back of the head at Reset Rate. We don't mind. So we gonna get you right. We gonna help the Wolfpack get smarter with this stuff. Everything we need to do to make this a stronger movement and get these reparations, get Medicare for all, federal jobs guaranteed $25 an hour, all that good shit. Because that's how it's gotta happen. All right, that's all I got. And again, happy birthday, brother, and great show.
Man, give it up for MG. Give it up for MG, y'all. What? That's what I'm talking about, man. MG, Actify Press, Reset Race Podcast in the house. Having my back. I got their back, man. This amazing thing, man, what we got going on here, man. And I appreciate it, man. And that's like, sometimes you go through different iterations and different scenarios and you get to a place where shit is just working. Like when you got good people that you're connected with. And I'm telling you, man, I done been through the ringer with folks. So I want to thank you, Reset Race Podcast and the whole crew, man. Because I'm trying to tell you I've been through that.
I'm here for you, brother.
You got it. Wow.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, brother. You be good.
You too, brother.
Stay out of trouble. Anyway.
I wish. Yeah. He said, stay out of trouble, man. I don't know how to do that. Shit, good trouble. And maybe I'm in good trouble, y'all, but I be in some trouble, man. That's no doubt about that. I want to say, guys, and that was the last call in the queue, so give it up for clearing the queue, which is always our main goal when we do a Friday show, is to clear the queue before the phone lines go out. And the phone lines went out on MG, but he was able to finish his comment. And then it started acting up. Then it went crazy, Johnson, right after him. So, yeah. So, what the hell? I got some birthday shout outs because everybody's been so kind, man. Everybody's been so supportive. Everyone's been saying such great stuff, man, sending me such great wishes of a happy birthday. Let me see if I can put this on the screen, guys. These are my people, man, showing me love, man. So let me see if I can find this. There it is. These are my folks, y'all. So, happy birthday, Tim. We are blessed and lucky to have you. This is why this is a special day. My wish is that you can grow this platform so you don't have to work on your next birthday. Love and best wishes from you, London patriot Cornelius. Cornea 13. There it is. Cornea 13, y'all. Happy birthday, Tim Black. Thank you for all you do. Wolfpack has got your back. And we just simply love you. Enjoy. From K Lovejoy. Cake, ice cream, and cornbread. Don't let anyone take any of it. I hope you are having a very happy birthday. You deserve one. That's for my man Eli. Give it up for Eli and Joy, K Lovejoy. Moderators holding it down. The moderation squad on YouTube. Tony D says, happy birthday, Tim. I'm a loyal and true fan of yours. You do excellent coverage of the important stories. Give it up for Tony D, Mio. Happiest of birthdays, Mr. Black, although I don't comment frequently. I have been listening and enjoy your content for quite some time. Keep bringing that fire. Saliste, what up? Thank you, Tim, for keeping the fight for understanding that we need a voice, we need a place that speaks to us and what we go through. As a birthday gift, I'm up in my Patreon, and that is Patrick Lawson in the house. What? Let's see if I can scroll. I can't scroll on this thing. Can I scroll? It doesn't let me scroll, guys. Damn. Okay, let's see what I can do here to get the rest, because there are other folks. Let's see if we can get to the other. Like this. Okay, here we go. Here goes one. Happy birthday, Tim. I hope you will take time for yourself and celebrate. We are very blessed to be able to celebrate this special day with you. You really are special to all of us. I am wishing you strength, peace, and great health. We want to celebrate many more birthdays with you. Enjoy your day, Papa Wolf. That's Gidget. Gidget is the best. Her and her husband are fantastic people who support this show big time, and they actually sent me some fortifications during the beginning of the pandemic, man. Real talk, man. I ain't gonna never forget you for that, Gidget. You are great. One more time. Help take care of me and my family, man. Make sure we were okay with some. I could not find hand sanitizer. They really helped me out. Back when everything was gone, guys. That's love. Sent me a care package. Damn, that was special. Marcy says, happy birthday, Tim. Thanks for all you do. Speaking truth to power. Happy birthday. I'm going through a difficult transition right now, so I haven't been able to watch the show much. But I wish you the happiest birthday and continued growth of the Wolfpack. Oh, my friend Silly Boo. Silly, we love you. I miss you. And I hope you're okay. And I'm here if you need me. Happy birthday, freedom fighter for the real social justice. Thank you for keeping it real and breaking through the silences. We love you and trust you. Thanks for being in the areas that are crucial when needed. I am a longtime Wolfpack member and a white woman originally from Atlanta in my youth and living in San Francisco for the last 49 years. The struggles continue. Olga Osborne. Give it up for Olga. Representing Olga. Hey, Mr. Black, is your day to party like a hip-hop hip-hop hoppity rock star. I wish I could see some Hennessy birthday, bro. Birthday boy. Hennessy. Oh, man. Haven't drank Hennessy in forever. Cheers. I have martinis in your honor tonight on Freedom Friday. California has your back, brother. Thank you for the battles that you've won and for fighting our good fight for the ton. Bam. Susan Gould in the house. Happy birthday, brother Tim Black. Thank you for being you, unbought, unbossed, and unapologetic. David Melford. See you tonight at Freedom Friday, my brother. David. You know I got love for you, fam. Hey, Johnson, happy birthday, and thank you for all you do. Your call-in shows always give me a reason to really iron out my political voice and political mind. I'm loving the inspiring fires of late. Thank you for being you, and don't ever let them take your cornbread. That's Alex from Berkeley. What the Alex? Everyone you're reading here, guys, are patrons of the Tim Black Wolfpack. They are Patreons on Patreon. So thank you, guys. These people all support the show. Every last person. Without these people, there would be no Tim Black show. You know how it is out here. Happy birthday, my brother. Isn't it great being a Leo and having your own show to do what you please? I know it's great for us. Wolfpack, hope you had a great day with the fam. I have not, Jeremy, but I will. Give it up for Jeremy. Happy birthday, Tim Black. May the roar be with you always. Keep it going. Patty tweeting. Happy birthday, Tim. Thanks for all you do. You are one of the few truth tellers of our time. Keep fighting the good fight. Johnson. Christine and I love you, bro. Hope you have a great day. And that is Christine Estrada and Eric Estrada. No, Christine Estrada. Because I remember that one. His name is cut off, but I know that's Estrada. Those are my fans on Facebook. I think that's it, guys. We knocked them all out here. I hope I got everybody. I sincerely tried. I sincerely tried, Johnson. Now, let's go to Super Chats. Thank you for the birthday wishes, man. That's much love. Kim says, happy birthday, Tim. Stay healthy. We need you. I'm trying, Kim. I'm trying, sister. A.R. Walker, happy birthday, Tim. What's up, A.R. in the house? Appreciate you. Alicia, happy birthday, Johnson. Alicia, thank you. When I was in middle school, which is 7th and 8th grade, in my 7th grade yearbook, I wanted people to think I had a girlfriend. I did not have a girlfriend. I made up a girlfriend. I signed my book with my left hand, which writes horribly, and I signed it. I wrote a I love you, Tim. I love you, Tim, and you are the greatest. And I'm so glad to be your girlfriend with my left hand, and signed it Alicia, and I made up a last name just so people thought I had a girlfriend. It was stupid as hell because there was no Alicia in the school. They're like, what school should go to? I ain't quite figured that out yet. I'll never forget that, man. I'll never forget that. So shout out to Alicia for bringing back a memory. Rhonda Smith, have an awesome birthday weekend, Tim. Bless you, brother. Thank you, Rhonda. What up? Andre Gale, brother from across the water at this point. Grateful to have come across this channel in a world full of impersonations that choose to hear the tone and ignore the message. That's Dr. Cornel West right there, boy. You are channeling the great Dr. Cornel West. They choose to ignore the tone and ignore the message. They choose to hear the tone and ignore the message. You choose to remain true and give real progressives a home. Happy birthday and be blessed always. Damn. Andre. Tony D up in here, he said, when the Chauvin trial was going on and I saw nobody but you covering it in detail, I could tell there was a serious problem. That's why I watch you. Those people, there are people, once again, guys, and I know they're not honest actors because I know other people saw me covering that trial. That trial put me in a physical situation where it really got to me. It really bothered me. But I did it because I felt it was important for people to know what was going on with that trial and to update my community. There are people that say they're for Black upliftment and Black issues, and they have never said a word, not a mumbling word, about my coverage of the George Floyd or the Derek Chauvin trial. No word. In fact, they say I'm the grifter. I do my work for clicks and views, and I ain't real and all this stuff. But they weren't covering that trial. And there's 5 of them. I did it by myself. So what they're saying is that shit was not important. Well, if you think that the Derek Chauvin trial was that important to Black people, how you ever gonna get Black votes to pass any legislation? I'm just saying. Because what Black people care about, you don't give a shit about. So why would they vote for people that don't give a shit about them? And why would they join movements of people that don't care about things that matter to them? And if you're not going to cover it, why not support people that are covering it? I just don't understand. Folks, I just don't understand the logic. Because they're not about no damn movement. They just say they are. They're not really about that life. They are about themselves doing better and growing whatever they got going on. And we all know half of them wouldn't talk shit about me if I just let them come on my channel and I supported them. We know really what's going on. So many of them bring it up. He blocked me on Twitter, or he didn't return my tweet or my DM, or he didn't do this for me and do that for me. So we know there's underlining things. Andre Gill made another comment. He says, we have to do this because only we understand the plight like no one else. That brings up a very good point. I have a special place of acknowledgement for people who step outside their own existence and try to understand the existence of others. Right, you get what I'm saying, guys? I don't know, maybe it's a human frailty. That's what I told Buck today. It seems like a frailty that we have is having that ability to step outside of ourselves and put ourselves in other people's positions who are different from us. And actually take the time to try to understand what their life is like and try to understand what their pressures are like or what their obstacles are. And being from a historically hated people, we seem to have this innate ability to relate to the suffering of all other people on the globe. There's no other group of people that's more in tune and more passionate or empathetic to the suffering of other people. We would like that return sometimes. And those are the people that I fight for, and that's why I fight my fight, and I'm not going to stop fighting that fight, guys. Andre Gill says we have to do this because we understand the plight like no one else. This fire, this burning desire comes from a place of unique pain. That's what he's talking about. I didn't even read the whole thing. But see, I already know what Andre's talking about because I am that. We are this together. I think people fear the power of that. They fear the power that we have and how our words resonate and how it moves people. They don't like that shit. They want to keep it about the numbers. And I'm looking at this person's more, they get more people when they do a live stream, and they get more people when they do an upload, and they get more subscribers when they do this, and they do I mean, I'm listening to all these careerists. I want a bigger platform to spread the word of this, to fight for my people. I don't want a bigger platform just to have more numbers than someone else. You child. That's not why I want a bigger platform. I want to have more of an impact to help my people. Why do you want a bigger platform? I think I know why. Money. But see, I want a bigger platform because it would help me be able to help more candidates and help my people and help more initiatives that help my people, that help more people. You understand? That's my reason. Now, you don't have to believe it, but don't put words in my mouth about why I'm doing what I'm doing. You don't know what the hell I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Anyway. Anyone who intends to be on our side must respect the pain. They don't, Johnson. They don't. Not all of us. Now, my Tim Black's Wolfpack is a very special group of people. My hope is that there's so many more of those out here in this world. And my job is to find them. One thing you guys may have missed, because it's embedded in videos, I talk so long, videos an hour long, you can't watch the whole thing. I want you to know that I believe there are more people like us out there. We just have to find those people. I don't want everybody's audience. People are like, why don't you collaborate more? Why don't you collab? Why don't you collab? Yeah, with who? These people don't have audiences that support what I support. Why would I want to collaborate with people? The part of collaborating, what you don't understand is collaboration is not just to feel good. It's not just to connect, to share, to make more money together, or to grow each other's brands. You collaborate with someone who has a type of audience you want to fold into your audience. You understand? Like, I don't want Kyle's audience because they don't give a fuck about reparations or a black agenda, or closing the racial wealth gap. That's not their interest. So collaborating with Kyle don't help me. What will happen will be, I will attract some Kyle people because I like Tim's passion. I like Tim's fire. Tim's funny. And then they'll stay a week and get tired of hearing me talk about black shit, and they'll be gone. I learned this the hard way. I learned this through experience of doing it wrong. Collaborating with people who don't have an audience that you're trying to cultivate is just the obstacle. That's how you get killed in the damn algorithm too. Because now you got people that don't give a shit about your message. And when I put those videos up when I do my 12 days of Derek Chauvin's trial, and they see that shit pop up in their notifications and they skip over it, YouTube starts sending my content out to less and less people. Because YouTube says, oh, people like this don't like your content. So it bites you in the ass to collaborate with people who have an audience that does not resonate with your message. That's not good. It's not good for them. They think it's good for them, but it's not. But it's definitely not good for me. It's not good for my community because they end up in the comment section with my wolf pack shitting on my ideas, shitting on my callers, shitting on our message and our focus. So no, it's not good. I understand. People think I don't know what I'm doing. I know what the hell I'm doing. It's intentional. And until I collaborate, I don't want to waste your time or my time. I wait till I find people that I resonate with, where our messages are similar. And then we can work together. It ain't just about the numbers. It's about the quality and the synchronicity of those people, those entities. I know that I'm a black man, and some people have the tendency not to respect our intellect. But don't ever assume that I don't know what I'm doing. I've survived a lot of years in this country. You don't know my background. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know. You don't understand. But I've navigated America as a black man, so I'm not a fucking fool. Fools don't get to be this age in America, okay? So anyway, William McGregor says, happy birthday, brother. Another year of wisdom and experience under your belt. You and Mrs. Black always have a place in Hawaii. Oh, don't say that now. Whoa, William. Whoa. Watch yourself, bruh. All right, now. Because, see, now that's an offer I will take you up on. You know, Ty said if I ever need a locksmith, that's funny, Ty. I did need a locksmith back in 2016 when I went to Philly. I locked my keys out of my hotel room or something. Well, was it the car? I lost my keys or something. But yeah, I like Williams' offer better because Williams like, if you need the place to stay in Hawaii, yeah, bruh. Mrs. Black is somewhere watching right now, like, William McGregor. Dustin Ben says, happy birthday, Tim Black. Thank you for the video on calling out the leftists. What? It really opened my eyes. I'm happy to say I no longer subscribe to them. Dustin Benz. Well, I'm glad it opened your eyes. It also opened up the floodgates of anger to people that I didn't even call out. So I'm starting to think maybe some of the people that I called out said they called up their friends like, look, get him. Go get him. Because none of the people I talked about came out. But other people came out in droves. Big rush. Keep talking that real strong-ish. You are scaring progressives, corp Democrats, and skin folk who's supposed to be kinfolk. Yeah, people act like they don't know what that means. Like that ain't a very common expression. They all offended. You know what's offensive? You know what's more offensive than someone saying someone is skinfolk but not kinfolk? Someone who behaves in a way where you believe that they are skinfolk instead of kinfolk. Yeah, it's the other way. See, that's a lot more disrespectful. To actually be the recipient of somebody who then disconnected themselves from their blackness totally to assimilate with white supremacy and then hit back and punch down on black people and do that like they're on high or something. That's not what I do. I'm in the trenches over here. Big Russ says, I'm still paying my monthly Tim Black dues. This channel is only for the real ones. One love, be one, Give it up for that. Susan Scove says, happy birthday, Tim Black. Going to hell in a handcart right beside you across the Atlantic. Hey, it is what it is. You in good company. We all going. Let's go together. Let's fight the fight together. Crypto Mojito. Thank you, Crypto. Sally Thompson says, you know me, and I have a lot to say, but tonight, it is just happy birthday, my friend. Let's stay strong together. Tell Mrs. Black to give you a hug and a kiss from me. Love. As if Mrs. Black is still up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm crazy. I'm telling you, Mrs. Black upstairs probably gone to sleep now. She probably snoring. No, I don't snore. Lady Jackie in the house. Daryl Cronin in the house. Kid M in the house. These my people. If these people disrespect my people. Disrespect my people. Gabrielle. Oh, we got a new member in the house, y'all. Give it up for Gabrielle Irisman. Give it up for that. That's what's up, guys. Once again, folks, thank you so much for wishing me a happy birthday. I didn't celebrate it today. Instead, I did my show, my usual show, because it's Freedom Friday. I know we missed the show recently because I was in Ohio. So I said, you know what? I'll celebrate my birthday tomorrow. This is too important. My people, this is their day. This is their time. So I guess that's what grifters do. They postpone their birthdays and they work on their birthdays. I've been editing all day, doing content, and then we do a 3-hour show. Because I like hits. No, I did it because I got a community, man. So thank you guys for riding with a brother, for supporting me for yet another year. Real talk. Real talk. And at times like this, I think about my members of the Wolfpack who I lost. So you guys don't know everything, man. I want you to know that I think about my fans and my supporters, the people that support us and hold us down, and the ones that passed away this year. That I think about that. I thought about that earlier today. So to my Wolfpack members, my friends who held me down, who left us this year, man, I'll probably do this again at the end of the new year, but I just want to say, I want you to know I ain't forgot you. I'm still fighting a good fight, and we're going to keep going. What's the word? Don't let nobody take your cornbread. I may be mean, but I'm meaningful. And Wolfpack, yo. That's it. That's all I got. I'm gone. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Tim Black Wolfpack. Thank you, every caller tonight. Thank you for my new member, Gabriel Irisman. Thank you, everyone who's been a part of this tonight. We are done, Johnson. I ain't quitting. Period. Wolfpack.
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on Black issues, and when they do, it's all fluff. How does that help your life? How does that help your family? How does that help the culture? They don't. The Tim Black Show is different. Tim Black gives you news for people who can't stand the news. Real, authentic, researched, entertaining, on point. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Visit www.timblacktv.com today. Get Black breaking news, politics, culture from someone you can trust. timblacktv.com. Join us today.
Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on Black issues. How does that help your life? How does that help your family? How does that help the culture? They don't. The Tim Black Show is different. Tim Black gives you news for people who can't stand the news. Real, authentic, researched, entertaining. On point. TimBlackTV.com. Join us today.